Hello, boys and girls. Where is my beautiful face? Here it is. Hello, hello, hello. Hello and welcome to the pre-stream stream. This is where the cool kids hang before the stream starts in 5 minutes time. Oh, that's a hand gesture I'm going to get used to doing this weekend, I think. Streamer Showdown, 24 hours away from Streamer Showdown. Exciting times. And also, exciting times, look down there. We have a new stream sponsor, NordVPN. If you don't have a VPN at the moment, even if you have one of those rubbish VPNs that other companies use, you want to get yourself a fancy pants NordVPN. So you can watch fancy foreign Netflix and hide yourself and protect your privacy and whatnot online. Beautiful stuff. It's what you want. Exclamation mark NordVPN. I can speak from personal experience. It does actually work on Netflix. Because earlier this year, I tried about 3 different VPNs. I wanted to watch some stuff that was on US Netflix. And that's the one that worked. So that's why they're the ones that we're working with. Stream before the stream is where the cool kids hang. Exactly, it's where the cool kids hang. I already pay for a competitor now. Yeah, but they won't be as good, Shady. You should stop paying for them. You'll be paying more for something that's not as good. You should stop paying for them and come and pay for a lovely NordVPN subscription because they're great. Paul, thank you for the sub. 7 glorious months. Thank you very much. Good evening, Mr. King of the FM Streamer Showdown. And how are you and your family? We're all good, thank you. Just paid for another month for the other one, for a month the other day though. Silly old Shady, silly old Shady. You can get your month's notice in now, can't you? And get your new one ready. Do yourself your 2 years in one go. Save big. Jack, thank you for the sub as well. My VPN is just running out. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive indeed. Yes, Amy has gone back to her mum's now. We drove her back yesterday afternoon as the snow started to clear. All good. Anna sounds a bit constipated. She's not constipated. She was just telling me she needed to go to the toilet. How's my internet? Theoretically okay. I had the OpenReach guy out today. He actually came in the house for the first time. It's about our 8th appointment, but he actually came in the house. We've got a new master socket. So, fingers crossed, the internet should be spiffy and glorious and wonderful now. What is a VPN? Serious question. Right. I'm not going to get too sales pitchy with this, but you can see that George has asked. He's not there as a plant. He's got a nut next to his name, not a plant. A VPN just basically acts as the in-betweeny man between you and the internet, so that you can protect your private information and data from prying eyes, and also you can pretend you're somewhere else in the world, so it gives you a new IP address different to the one that's on your device, and you can choose where in the world you put that IP address, and then it will look to the rest of the internet as if you're in that country. So if you want to watch something on US Netflix, or if you want to buy a game that's only available in certain countries, if you've got any Brazilians in, a VPN is the way to do it, and it protects your privacy and safety and allows you to do cool stuff that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. They're great. Really, you should have a VPN. Everybody, if you use the internet, especially if you ever use public Wi-Fi, you should have a VPN, even if it's not this one. I recommend this one because, like I say, I tried a load, and after trying a load, this is the company that we approached. We approached them. They didn't approach us because I said, this is the VPN I want to work with. So, yeah, they're good. Check them out. Does the VPN deal run out in 10 hours? Or what does the timer mean? What timer? Where is there a timer? I don't see a timer. I'm confused by the timer that you're mentioning. Where is there a timer? The Davies Scoop, thank you very much for the sub. And also thank you very much for the gifted sub as well. A new camera setup. No, this is the usual camera setup. Love the look today. Can't wait to see your costume at the weekend. I don't have a costume. I just have a new suit. What's my dog called? My dog is called Dave. As you can see from the emote that Icon Dan has put down there below for you to have a little look at. It's a good name for a dog. The OpenReach man was very impressed with the with my name of my dog. What did you watch? What did I want to watch on US Netflix? Arrowverse. I know. And at the time when I was doing my research, the US office wasn't on UK Netflix either. I know it's back now, but at the time it wasn't. So that's the other thing that I was looking at. Am I ready to lose to Benji? I mean, it's not happened yet. Don't think it's likely to happen this weekend. Don't you worry. Right, let's jump into some Football Manager. Here we go. Whoa, what's that down there? Whew. Follows me everywhere, that thing. Goodness me. Why have I got Twitter on the screen rather than Football Manager? That's not what we were supposed to be having on there. There you go. We've got some Football Manager on there as well. There you go. Shady saying, I use my VPN to watch HBO Max and American Netflix. See, Shady knows. Shady understands. There's a timer for me when I click the link. Weird. I haven't clicked the link today. Maybe, I don't know, internet sales tactics. I don't really know what the timer means. Act fast! That's usually what timers mean. So, if you haven't been in the streams recently, or maybe at all for this save, we are on a different save. We're not with FC Isle of Man anymore. If you're wondering where that is, there is a command that can help you out with where the FC Isle of Man save went. But we started a new save last week. We started Unemployed with all of the UK and Ireland leagues loaded. And we ended up at LLANELLI in Wales. We started at about this point last season. We started 7 or 8 games in with the team down in like 12th place. We ended up having a charge up the league and finished 3rd. But as you can see, there's only one promotion spot from the Welsh second tier. No playoffs. You win the league or you stay in the league for another year. So we are in season 2, our first full season. You can see we've started quite well. We have a completely new team. We made a lot of signings in the summer. That is certainly not all of them. As you can see, a lot came in earlier in the summer as well. We basically, I think we brought in like 14 players in the summer. So a completely rejuvenated team. And now the media are expecting us as solid favourites to go up as champions. So fingers crossed that's exactly what we end up doing. We do have the option. We kind of do it. It's basically a UK and Ireland non-league to legend. So there is always the option that we can move to other clubs, go to other countries as well. At the moment, there are no jobs available, but we'll be keeping an eye on that as well because the Welsh second tier, like I say, is pretty difficult to get out of. And if we end up not winning the league this year, we're in very real danger of just getting stuck in this league forever. So we might have to jump out of it the more traditional non-league to legend way. I can't wait to see you play Zealand. Hopefully another Zealand masterclass of a beating. I don't know what that means, CJ. I think you've got the grammar on that all wrong. You mean I'm going to beat him, I think is what you mean. I'm sure that's what you mean, because obviously I'm going to smash him. But your thing reads as if it's the opposite and you think he's going to beat me. Obviously he's not, because I always smash him. Smash him good. Talaus, thank you very much for the gifted sub.
Talius gifted a tier 1 sub to James.
I can't believe you said you were considering selling me in the summer. Simon Patton's in, boys and girls. Hello, Simon Patton. How are you doing? And you want to play football, don't you? Or are you just going to be one of these lazy scumbag footballers who just sits there not playing and cashing his checks? You monster. You absolute monster, Patton. Goodness me. Kev, what's the deal for the VPN? If you... Oh, hold on. My mouse battery's dying. If you do the 2-year membership, you get a month free and a massive discount. I think it's like a 60-70% discount on doing the 2-year deal, plus an extra free month as well. So it is a good deal. It is the cheapest way to buy it from them. So click the link, have a look, ! NordVPN. Go and have a little looky. What time and where is the showdown? 7 o'clock tomorrow here, and also on the Lowdown channel and also on the channels of all of the other streamers as well. But yeah, 7 o'clock tomorrow, we will be doing the draft. And then 7 o'clock Saturday, the league starts. And 7 o'clock Sunday, the knockout tournament starts. Where usually by about 9:30 Sunday evening, we'll have crowned a winner. And that winner will be me. By the way, can you see my... what they've sent us? Do I look like I wear snapback caps? Ay. My word. They said it's up to you if you wear it or not during the showdown. Yeah. Good job it's up to me. Because I don't think a snapback goes with my suit. But Pac-Man can wear it and he can have a lovely time doing it. 7 o'clock Sunday, Zealand pausing permitting. Yeah, I mean, we'll just tell him not to pause. Everyone just has to pick on him. He loves it. Just say, come on, Zealand, stop pausing. You button clicker. What are you doing with your life? Right, he wants to be a deep lying forward. So who am I to tell him he can't be one? Then we can combine a deep lying forward with an advanced forward. I don't know why we haven't already done that. Although there's a danger those two are going to get under each other's feet. So we might do him as a deep lying forward, but on attack. And that seems to work for me. We'll do this. We'll do this. Has Ben sent me the crown yet? I imagine it's in the post with my... what was that series he did? Where I beat him and Jack lost? Draft Wars, was that it? I imagine it's in the post with my I beat Ben at Draft Wars t-shirt or whatever it is. Shady's just realised how cheap NordVPN is. I told you it's a big discount if you do it on the 2-year deal. The Wolverine, thank you very much for the sub. Alfie, I've already asked him for veggie KFC. I mean, ultimately, there's no KFC that delivers near my house. So I ain't getting KFC anyway. But last time I checked, the one nearest to me doesn't do the vegan option. But apparently it's available everywhere because it's January, which means you're allowed to cater for vegans in January only. That's the only month they're allowed to exist. So it might be that I can get one, but I can't get it delivered, so I'm not having one, basically. Why has there always been a Streamlabs button on my face? I don't know, because Streamlabs won't die. I haven't used Streamlabs for at least 6 months. They need to back off and get off my stream. Any more thoughts on my first few picks for the draft? I have a few thoughts, yes. But you never know who's watching. I'm not a silly goose like Ches last night, telling everyone his entire plan, while the rest of us were all in a Discord call watching him and trolling him. So yeah, I'm not revealing my secrets. You'll find out who my first pick. I mean, you know who my first pick is, but my first couple of picks, you'll find out on the draft tomorrow night. Did I like the US Office? Yes, it was brilliant. It's one of the best TV shows ever made. Do I have a promo code for FM21? I do, and I can see Shady has linked to it down below as well. It's $26.99 on that link at the moment with my discount code. So it's pretty good value at the moment. There you go, look, Mr. Stream Elements in there with the confirmation that the Streaming Showdown is this weekend. And also, look at that, doing one for the team, linking you to the Streamer Showdown channel. I think that's right. Can someone click on that and just check? Make sure you're following that as well, because that's where the lowdown is taking place. We're trying to get that channel partnered because being a Twitch partner is cool. So yeah, make sure you go along and follow the FM Streamer Showdown Twitch channel. Also, Ben's plan is going full English, he said. Yeah, he said that to us last night as well. He's a liar. He's not a chance he's going to do that. Not a chance. Anyone else having problems with the Nugan Manager face pack? Yeah, definitely. In the home save, I've managed to use it, but only for the home players. So I'm just using it for my squad. I don't need all the new gens playing in the French third tier to have special faces. So I've got it so that it works just for my squad, and that does me fine. How does the Streamer Showdown work? It's a draft tomorrow night, so there's 9 of us involved. We'll be doing a draft tomorrow night to pick our teams. We've got £500 million budget, and we can draft from the top 5 leagues in Europe, so the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, Ligue 1. 18-man squads, £500 million budgets, and then we'll take those squads that we've drafted into a league on Saturday night where everybody plays each other once, and I usually finish 3rd or 4th in the league because I don't want to win it because it's a curse, because the winner of the league has never gone on to win the whole thing. The league structure then determines who you play in the playoffs, basically the knockout rounds, the tournament itself on the Sunday night. It's a Sunday night game. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. So first plays 8th, second plays 7th, etc., etc. Although that's not actually strictly true, is it? Because there's 9 competitors now. So before we all get started at 7 p.m. on Saturday night, Jack and Chaz will play off as finishing 8th and 9th, or maybe Jack and Foxy will play off having finished 8th and 9th, and the winner of them faces whoever wins the league, which will probably be Clates or second yellow card. And then I'll probably knock second yellow card out in the semi-final. And then in the final, I'll beat Tom, probably. Maybe Zealand if he's actually awake for this tournament. But I'll still win the whole thing. That's how it's gonna work. needs to be the full URL. What, for the Streamer Showdown thing? Can you fix that, Shady? Keep all the other wording the same. But in fact, I should probably be able to fix that. Ignore me. Let me fix it. Let me fix it. Stop trying to fix it. If you're trying to fix it, stop. It's a timer, not a command. So I don't know if you crazy mods have access to the timers. So let me just fix that so that it works the next time it comes through. So Showdown. So just need to change. Do we have to do the HTTP? I'll do it anyway, just to be safe. Twitch.tv/FM Streamer Showdown. Boom. Right, that should, in theory, work now. Right, pump those fists. At the moment, I have the 8 lowest leagues in the 8 lowest tiers in Norway loaded. So I have to remove them as I flew at the leagues, and there's no need for me to have that many leagues loaded. Yeah, exactly. As you go at the leagues, remove them. That's what I always do in my lower league saves. Get them gone. Speaking of home versus City was worse than proper football for nerves. It was a fun. I know a few people have fallen off of the home series, or have told me they have. Numbers don't seem to be down. I've had plenty of messages from people saying, "Yeah, I'm not really enjoying it." All right, I'm not going to stop doing it, but you know, but that's a good episode to get back into it. The Manchester City FA Cup third round was a good time. You should do a draft with your eyes closed to give the other guys a chance. Well, I actually, because we did a little practice run last night. That's one of the reasons I wasn't streaming, and I just quick picked the whole thing. You can every time it comes around to you, you can auto pick your draft, and it actually left me with quite a good team. And I'm thinking, I've already won the whole thing using preset tactics and not doing any button clicking and quick picking the squad. Quick picking the team, sorry. How much would it wreck their minds if I quick pick my entire squad and then still go and win the whole thing? So part of me is thinking I might quick pick my entire squad and then still win it and just break them in half. They won't be able to cope with it. It'll be probably the greatest thing in the history of the world. Have I had the new gen problem with home in Untitled Legend? No. Woodard, thank you for the Twitch Prime. People telling you the homegrown model isn't going to work higher up the leagues. Yeah, I think it will. I think it'll be fine. I actually think home's going to be one of those saves which isn't ideal for YouTube, because obviously on YouTube you have to make that first impression and hook people in early. I think home is definitely going to be a grower. I think it's going to get more interesting, more challenging the further into it we get because of the restriction. I keep describing it this way in the videos, but it really is a race up the leagues. I know some people are going, "Oh, you're just doing back-to-back promotions all the time." Yeah, because if we miss a year, they're going to downgrade the youth system, and we are stuffed at that point. We are ruined if we miss one of these promotions. It's never been so important that we just charge up through the leagues, because we've got to catch up with our youth setup before it starts downgrading. Who's least likely to win the Streamer Showdown? Jack or Foxy? Based on previous performances, would be my guess. Just because of how they've performed in previous ones. Or Ben, obviously. I mean, poor old Ben. He's not very good, is he? It's the whole bottle thing. He's just not very good at Football Manager, bless him. Talks a good game. When it comes down to it, very sad. It's sad to watch. I feel for him. I might give him a few tips. I mean, if you want some tips, I'll give him some tips. Perhaps I'll sit one out and be his assistant manager and help him through, tell him what buttons to press. Clue, don't press many. Must be the first time someone has said my username correct first time. I mean, I'm a very wise man. On my non-league save with the tier 10 database, is it normal that Prem teams are only getting 1 to 4 youth intake players? No, that's the problem that killed the FC Isle of Man save, I'm afraid. Who are my picks for the Rumble? For the first time in many a long year, I honestly don't care. I don't even know that I'm going to watch it. I really am so done with WWE at the moment. I'm so out of touch with the storylines, I don't even know who would make sense to win it. To be honest, no idea. Does Hulk Hogan still get involved? Have I ever had a golden generation? I mean, I've had the game tell me I've got a golden generation, but I always take it with a pinch of salt because it usually means, oh, there's one half decent player here. Jack was in the semi or the final last time. Did he win it? Exactly. Everyone can fluke a semi. Do I watch Impact Wrestling? Not really. I go and watch the clips that Kenny Omega or Tony Khan are on the day after. I'm not going to sit through more wrestling. I'm trying to get rid of wrestling from my life. Not like get rid of it altogether, but limit the amount of wrestling I watch. I watch too much wrestling. I'm certainly not going to add Impact in. I haven't... CJ, don't get me wrong. I've not fallen out of love with wrestling at all. AEW is brilliant. New Japan. The big events are good. Some of the more regular stuff is a little bit... but yeah, AEW is superb. So it's not that I've fallen out of love with wrestling. It's just WWE is a steaming dumpster fire. DJ Roomba, thank you very much for the sub. Big Daddy and Giant Haystacks is the extent of my knowledge. Yeah, one of them will win the Rumble, probably. Clates bottled it last time, did he? Silly goose. What a silly goose. I was listening to a 5-Star Potential podcast, and several of them tipped Clates to win the whole thing. He seems to be something of a favourite. So clearly they've got a bit of a feeling that Clates has got something about him. I don't know what it is. Subscribe to NordVPN through my link. Thank you very much, Archduke Melon. Much appreciated. The more people do that, the more likely they have to stick around long term. And like I said, I put a long Twitter speech out earlier today. If we can secure them as a long-term sponsor, because we're doing a month's trial with them. If the month goes well, they'll come in and do something more long-term. And if we can start securing longer-term sponsors, like the deal I've got with Skillshare on the vlog, the more longer-term sponsors and stuff I can get in, the less I have to worry about the day-to-day and the month-to-month. Like, how many people are subscribing? How many people are viewing this video? How many mid-roll ads do I need? All that kind of stuff starts to become less important because I start to build my life around, right, these are the contracts I've got. This is the salary that I'm getting. And then ad revenue and subs and stuff is just the extra. Whereas at the moment, I'm still very much at the mercy of the ups and downs of ad revenue and whether or not it's a busy time of year on Twitch and all that kind of thing. So it is a big deal to be able to get a big company to actually show an interest and potentially come in for a longer term thing. So yeah, I really appreciate the support from anybody who gets involved and does it. Have I seen the Roman Reigns stuff? I see bits of it on Twitter and YouTube. I'm not going to sit through the whole of SmackDown just for him to come on. Surprised the 5-Star Pod didn't make me favourite. They can't. They've trashed me too many times in the past. They can't make past them a liar. What is NordVPN? Not used a VPN. NordVPN is a VPN, and a VPN is basically a middleman between you and the internet, which protects your privacy, protects your data, and also allocates you a new IP. So any websites you're accessing don't know who you are or where you are. So you can browse in complete privacy, and also you can make it look like you're appearing somewhere else in the world, which would then allow you to access certain region-locked services, like US Netflix is a big example companies often use, or like when you go on Twitter and you have those little bits, those videos that come up and say, this video is not available in your region. You can just switch to the region that it's in. You can watch that stuff then. So it's quite cool for, like I was saying before, watching the little bits of Impact Wrestling that show up on the internet without having to actually go and watch the full show, because some of that stuff ends up region locked. And yeah, it just allows you to browse more of the internet, and whatever part of the internet you're browsing, you can do it safer and more securely. VPNs are good. You should have one. Even if it's not this one, you should have one. Obviously, I'd like you to get this one. And as Cade's saying, as an American, I use it to watch UK Netflix. Exactly. Did you know Jack from Cultaholic's currently streaming FM? I didn't know he was streaming it currently. I know he does stream FM once a week, a couple of times a week. He's raided me before. But because he's always streaming at the same time as me, I've never actually been able to check it out and see if he's any good at it. Ben should be getting him in the showdown. What's the best way to support? Patreon, Twitch, YouTube member, watching, liking, subscribing. I always say whichever you're most comfortable doing or most likely to do. Like you say, there's a gazillion ways you can support the channel. Whatever you prefer, whatever you want to do is the best way to do it. Whatever's most convenient, whichever you're more likely to do. Any of the above answers. Is this sponsor permanent? Not permanent. No, like I say, it's a month's trial initially. If it goes well, we'll then do something longer term. Nothing's permanent. Like even if this month goes really well and they decide to come in for something longer, it won't be and we're going to give you X amount of money per month for the rest of time. There'll be a limit on it. But yeah, hopefully we can sort something long term for it. Do all UK people pronounce privacy like that? What, privacy? Yeah? How else would you say it? You pay monthly or outright? What, for NordVPN? You can do it either way. The cheapest way is to pay for 2 years up front, because then you get a big discount. You can do it monthly if you want, but it's just going to cost a little bit more. 4 members of my first team are retiring. Does that mean my squad is a bit old? Yes, that means your squad is a bit old. I don't remember the last time I had a player retire. Actually, I do. It was Jamie Vardy and Johnny Evans retired at the same time in the Leicester save. But that's because I inherited them and they were quite good. Some people say privacy. Well, those people need to learn to speak English the way I speak it, because what I say and how I say it is obviously correct. Send you a tweet at some point as an unbois, or however it is Gethin says it. I can't remember how he says it. Potentially sponsor in some way. Tweet away. I'm sure we can chat. I've already got NordVPN. I mean, well, we had a good run, but I'm afraid they're not renewing at the end of the month because I can't say the name of the company. I've already got NordVPN. Can I use your thing to extend it? You know what? I don't know. I mean, you can, but I guess you can. I mean, try it. Maybe you could teach me something. I wouldn't. I mean, don't go out of your way to do it if it's not ready to renew. But if you're around about renewal time, I don't see why it wouldn't. I haven't looked to see if it's new customers only. I can't imagine it would be. What is all this? A 5-star player with a beard? Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Do we get the discount for the full 2 years, or does it go up after a month? Well, you pay the 2 years. You get the discount by buying 2 years up front. So you pay for the 2 years, you get a free month added on, and you get a discount off of the whole price. Update on the Nugan problems. I just added a filter to only search for players in my league and up, about 4k new gens, and it finished in 10 seconds. Lovely stuff. Yeah, that's what I found. When you do it with a smaller number of players, it's pretty much instant. Sometimes if you're trying to do a larger amount, you have to let it allow duplicates because there's only so many faces in the face pack. So if you don't allow duplicates, I think it gets stuck because it runs out of faces to allocate. I cannot resist someone with a beard in FM. No, I mean, that's not just limited to FM, pretty much in all walks of life. If you're bearded, you're a friend of Kev's. That's how it works. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I mean, we've got beard is best. Beards equals superior. Exactly. I mean, you got... There's at risk of offending people, but you know this is true when you hear it. You got to question the priorities of someone who has time in their morning routine to scrape a blade across their face to, oh, there's hair here, get it off, and do that every day. I mean, you got to question what they're up to. Why are they doing that? What's that all about? You got nothing better to do than shave. I propose to you that clean-shaven people probably need to get a hobby. 21 can't even grow little facial hair. It'll come with time. Just got done with the latest non-X legend. The reverse. I know. I'm a child. I want a beard, though. Get a beard tattoo. I assume kids can have tattoos. I don't know what the age limit is for tattoos. Get a beard tattoo if you can't get an actual beard. I look homeless with a beard. No, you don't. You look cool with a beard like everybody does. Shall we just offer this kid a contract? He's 17. We might just try and steal him off of him. In fact, I'm saying that, forgetting we've got no money to play with, so we probably shouldn't. I was about to say, who wants to spend 5 to 10 minutes a day trying not to cut your face open with tiny knives? Exactly. It's weird. That is my hobby. What, shaving is your hobby? That's brilliant. People who say their beard's not very good just haven't left it long enough without shaving. If I completely clean shaved and then let it start to grow back, mine's going to be all patchy and it's going to be thicker in some areas than others. And the reason mine is so glorious is because I haven't shaved it off in 10 years at least, probably longer, since I last actually shaved. And I just shape what's there. So you just work with what you've got, and that way I can have it a little shorter here, make it a little longer here, and shape it around how I want it to be. It doesn't grow out of my face naturally like this. Every couple of weeks, give myself a haircut, give myself a beard trim, shape it all up nice. Can't wait for Kev to get sponsored by Manscaped. You say that, that is a company I have approached, and they've ignored me so far, but, you know, we're not giving that one up. That, if ever there's perfect brand synergy, it's me with a company like that. What else is there to do during lockdown? What, apart from shave? I mean, there's things you can do, probably. Aiden, thank you for the sub. Do I use beard oils? I do use a beard oil and a beard balm. So I use a beard oil. Beard oil is for moisturising your face under your beard, basically. A lot of people make the mistake of rubbing the oil into the hair. Beard oil you should be rubbing into the skin under your beard because it's to moisturise your face. Because otherwise you'll get face dandruff like you get, or like some people get on their head. You have to get the oil down into the skin under the beard. And then I use beard oil in the hair to basically shape it and keep it held in place a little bit. Because when I wake up in the morning, it doesn't look like this. I look like Father Christmas. I have to shape it and comb it and, you know, probably takes me longer than it would take to shave. So my point from before is probably moot at this point. Perfect brand synergy. Smooth balls and Kev. I do talk about my balls a lot. Haircut. Embrace the bald. No, because I mock too many people for being bald. I mock Sheepdog on the podcast every week for being bald. I mock my dad for being bald. I've backed myself into a corner on baldness and can't really go there now. If I start to go bald, I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to go full Rooney and have some bum hair implanted into my forehead just to pretend I'm not bald, or start wearing hats, I guess, so no one can see it. As a man with no hair, I need my beard to not look like a 5-year-old. Exactly. Step one, again, step one. Would love a step one sponsorship. What is Father Christmas, Nick? I mean, I know you like to play that I'm an American, I don't know what you're talking about thing occasionally, but if you are genuinely telling me you have never heard the name, the phrase, the combination of words, Father and Christmas, I am genuinely baffled about what goes on in that country of yours. I know you call him Santa over there, but if you've never heard anyone call him Father Christmas before, you need to get out of that cave you live in and experience the world. That's insane. I've never heard of Father Christmas. I'm an American. I'm English. I've heard of Santa Claus. I've also heard of St. Nicholas, which is what they call him in Germany, is it? Or somewhere. You know, it baffles me that you've never heard anyone say Father Christmas before. I can't believe that. Nicholas, I've heard. I'm flabbergasted. Genuinely flabbergasted. We've got other Americans in, surely. You've heard Father Christmas before, right? Or do they just block? Is it censored out? You're not allowed to hear anyone say Father Christmas. I'm American. I've heard of Father Christmas. Heathen. There you go. Thank you very much. I was going to say, I can't believe. I know you don't have to call him Father Christmas to have heard someone else say it at some point. Stunned. I am stunned. As a Jewish American, I know Father Christmas. This is good. This is good. Is the scouting system different on the Xbox FM to the PC FM? Because I find it really hard to get my scouts to find players. It's based on the FM. I've not played enough of the Xbox version to know for sure. What I do know is it's based on the PC version. It's based on FM Touch. So theoretically, it should be quite similar. Why am I playing all these fullbacks? What am I thinking here? He's 6'2". That's what I'm thinking. He'll be fine. Use the VPN to explore the world through TV. I like it. St. Nicholas is from Holland. Okay. I'm not American, but I have American cousins who refer to him as Father Christmas, although they have a dad from Bristol, which might affect it. That probably will affect it. Kev's just Santa with black hair and beard. I have brown hair and beard. I think the lighting in here is just off. My hair's brown. It's Father Christmas from the North Pole. Good work, Scotty. Linking it back round to the real topic of the evening. I like it. We just won a late penalty here. Jolly good. Jolly good show. Look, I'm English and I have a Canadian mug. Canadian. Reese, thank you very much for the raid. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Welcome to the official Reese Bennett fan club, which I think is what you're known as. That's what he calls you when he's talking about you privately. When I'm streaming with the official Reese Bennett fan club, that every single time he gives it the full name. It's I've just been hanging out with the official Reese Bennett fan club. Loves it. See, look, there's his confirmation down in the chat. That was a good goal. I agree. That was a lovely goal. Shall we have a look at it again from the other angle? Look at that. Takes it first time as well. That's called Chapmaning it. I've heard it called that. Whenever I'm hanging around football grounds, they call that doing a Chapman. I don't know why. Don't know where that comes from. You just kind of hear murmurings of it. Yeah, that lad there's just done a Chapman. Are we back? Hooray! Wasn't the internet's fault. Was not the internet's fault this time. OBS just went away. Thanks, OBS. We've had 2 weeks of a dodgy internet connection. I had OpenReach out today, pulling wires out of walls and fixing everything. And then 20 minutes into my first stream with shiny new internet that's supposed to work, OBS just absolutely falls over. But because it was OBS rather than the internet, we were able to just restart it and come straight back in. So fingers crossed we haven't lost a load of viewers. Because there's one thing that makes me sad. It's missing a load of viewers. I changed my streak quality to HD and Kev. I love calling it a streak. I might start calling it a streak. When Anna asks what I'm up to, I'm streaking. What? Huh. Kev's off streaking. Yeah, if Mike can go back down to like 720p, we should be all right staying online. Bum, bum, bum. Can you imagine the panic on Ben's face if that happens during the showdown tomorrow? We'll just tell him Kev's stream's just gone down. What we might do, just to mess with him, we might just orchestrate that at some point anyway. If we get like an hour in and it hasn't crashed, I might just arrange for us all, like we'll count down from 5, and once we get there, everyone heads to Ben's chat and just says, Kev's stream's gone down. Just to, I'd like it. I want to mess with him. the music is as bad as Benno's. I mean, because we're all streaming on Twitch, and if we don't want to go to Twitch jail, we have to use the terrible music that we're allowed to. And to be honest, it's not bad, but we can't put copyright music on because, you know, I like not being in jail. What doing a Chapman was jumping off the stage and hurting yourself. No, I don't know anyone who's ever done that called Chapman. That seems like... Why would you do that? It seems like a really silly thing to do. No one wants to hurt themselves. And we have to turn the shift around. Not at the moment, because we're doing all right. We've got a top of the table clash coming up. We're off to uni. We're off to uni in Swansea. Rocket Dog, thank you for the sub. How's the knee? Really sore. I haven't done my pedaling for a day or two now because it's been really sore. It swelled up like a balloon on Tuesday. No. What day is it? Monday. It got really swollen. So I haven't pedaled today or yesterday. I went for a walk down the shops again this evening and it wasn't too bad walking on it. But just sitting here now, it hurts. It hurts to straighten it. So I'm having to keep bending it. But then when it's bent, the pressure builds up in it. And if, you know, like when you feel you need to crack your knuckles, it gets like that. And it's just like, I can feel the pressure building in there. I need to straighten it to make it pop. But every time I do that, it hurts. But if I don't do it, it just feels like it's going to explode with the build-up of pressure. So yeah, in summary, knee equals a bit sore at the moment, but I'll live. I don't think it's anything serious because it's getting better already by itself. So I figure it wouldn't be getting better if it was a bad injury. That's my logic. What does that mean? His issue is playing in a weak role. So he's annoyed at playing as a Carrilero, even though he's got 3.5 stars for that, just like he has for his other roles. We might have to bin this numbskull off. Do we usually play him there? He needs to grow up, I think. Doing a chat when he's slipping over in the snow like a silly goose. Yeah, maybe. How's Anna's knee? Has Anna hurt her knee as well? Have I not been paying attention again? Have you tried some kind of bandage to get rid of the swollenness? I haven't, because then I wouldn't be able to sit at my desk if I had it all bandaged up, because it wouldn't bend. I promised to play him in a certain role in the loan contract, did I? What did I promise him? How can I see that? I promised to play him as a deep lying playmaker, did I? I mean, I guess we could. I guess, what harm is it going to do? I imagine we're about to find out, but let's play him as a playmaker. Have I seen my kit for the showdown? No. Have they been released? Are they on Twitter or something? Should I know? Or are you just several of you asking me at the same time? Yes, it's on Twitter. Should we go and have a look? Shall we have a little look? Where's my kit? I want to see my kit. What's this? Is this kits? That's me! I see myself there. This isn't kits, is it? This is the trailer thing. So that's not it. Where are these kits, Oh, ooh! Oh, they're snazzy. Oh, they're very nice. Do I normally play in yellow? I don't know if I normally play in yellow or not. I'm not a massive fan of the away kit. But that, I really like that. Can I buy it? Where do I buy it from? It's my logo. Ah, okay. They've taken the colours from my logo. I like it. I would never have even noticed that. I much prefer the away shirt. Fair enough. Are these going on sale? Tell me I can buy one of these from somewhere. That is a nice shirt. I would frame that on my office wall. I would replace the home shirt that is there. I would replace that shirt with that shirt if the opportunity presented itself. I want to buy one. I want to buy one and have it in my house and love it forever. They're so cool. Glad I'm doing it now. Does it have 4 stars on it? Does it? It should have. That's a very good point. Where's my 4 stars? I need to reply to myself with that. Although it seems to be missing 4 stars over the badge. That needs to be on there. Definitely needs to be on it. 2 playmakers. That's a very good point. Well spotted. We're not doing 2 playmakers. That's the one thing I've learned about Football Manager over the years. We don't do 2 playmakers. Thanks, Stream Elements, for letting me know that I'm now live. It should have the stars. It should have the stars. There's no way stars will make their appearance on the shirts until someone's won more than me. Which means never. Right, this is a big game because this is top of the table Swansea University versus 3rd now in the table, LLANELLI. If we let them win here, it's going to be difficult for us to go up this year. Oh! 4 stars on a fast food shirt might not mean the same as titles. We all know what it means, though. That's the important thing. I want that kit. I really, really want that kit. Have I seen what's going on with GameStop stocks? I know loads of people shorting it, weren't they? And there's been all sorts of shenanigans off the back of some Reddit group basically tipping it to be shorted. On a related note, I'm about to have a KFC. Do I need to put my hat on while you eat it? Does that make you feel more comfortable if I'm wearing the hat? I'm not going to wear the hat. I do not. I mean, for a start, it's got a straight peak rather than a bent peak. And I'm not 11, so I need a curved peak on a baseball cap. Don't want to have to curve my own cap. Anna says I'm not allowed to wear it out of the house. Very sad. I actually think it's quite a cool hat. I'd wear that wandering around Disneyland. A trucker hat. I like a trucker hat. Just needs a curved peak and a bit of distressedness. I need to go at it with a cheese grater to make it more suited to the kind of caps I will occasionally wear. Only when on holiday. Or when I can't be bothered to. On those rare days I'm not going to be on camera and I don't bother to do my hair. Which is very rare. If you're not on camera and Anna isn't there, she'll never know you wore it. Exactly. But it's very rare these days for me to have a day when I'm not on camera. The odd Saturday here and there if I've not got to make a vlog. But usually, I've kind of got into the habit of making the vlog on Saturdays now. Because it's not a vlog anymore. It's just a video for that channel. I had problems buying them the other day. Oh, what? The GameStop stocks. I'm in Denmark and KFC just isn't the same as the UK. I miss it. What's different about it in Denmark? Is it all Danish bacon rather than chicken? That's all I know about Danish food. Bacon and pastries. I assume it's like a pastry stuffed with bacon with chicken batter on it. I mean, now we've got the fast track through to KFC HQ. I think it is finally time they started selling just the chicken skins. I've been asking for it for years. I don't really need to. I don't want an entire bucket full of chicken. I do want that amount of chicken skins, though. I would like to have the skins from like 10 pieces of chicken. No chicken, just the skins. And like 2 bags of fries. And I just want to wrap the fries in the chicken skins and eat that. And that will do me. That's what I would like for my dinner. Thanks. But they don't sell the chickens. There's so many people who don't eat chicken skins. All these weirdos who get a boneless bucket. May as well go to McDonald's. I'll have their skins. The goal of the season. Nah, we scored a better goal 2 games ago. I always end up peeling my own chicken pieces and wrapping the skin around my chips. If you've not tried it, you should, because it's delicious. Everyone knows the skin's the best part. KFC fries are horrible. I mean, Baggies fan, I commiserate with you. I didn't realise you didn't have any taste buds. I always end up skinning my own chicken pieces, a sentence that sounds weirder than intended. I mean, a lot of my sentences end up that way. I don't think before I speak. I speak too often to have time to think before every word that comes out of my mouth. Mackey's fries are better. Oh, I get it. You love salt. Okay. I mean, you can just add like 3 cups of salt to KFC ones, and then they'll be really, really salty and awful as well. There's no beans, no gravy, and the selection is poor in Denmark. I mean, to be honest, I don't really have any of the wet stuff. If I have to have a side, and I try to avoid it, if I have to have one, I'll probably have the corn on the cob. But then it gets all stuck in my teeth. I'm not really one. You know, you all know by now, I don't like my chips wet. Right, Maddox now wants a new contract with us. We've tried several times over the last 3 months to offer him a new contract, and he kept saying, no, I'm too cool to sign one. But now he wants to sign one, so can we give him a longer one than that? Can we give him the extension?
Love the content.
We just want to force an extension onto him. Yes. Oh, I probably should have. Yeah, I'm going to give you a contract. Excellent. Adam, thank you very much for the sub. I had Mackey's when it snowed. So much salt, I gritted the pavement by breathing on it. Yeah, exactly. We're back. That time it was the internet, so we can officially confirm the guy who came out today fixed nothing. I'm just gonna. The stream might go a little bit glitchy for a second. So I'm just going to do a speed test on my phone. I should have done it before reconnecting on the computer. I'm not going to do it actually on the PC, but I'm just going to run a quick speed test just to see what this thinks I'm getting. I mean, to be honest, it thinks I'm getting decent speeds, but the speed was never the problem. It's the connection that's the problem. Because that happens. I'm very Kev look forward for the move for the internet. I know. Have I mentioned I've got a date for my full fibre to home? It's in April. We'll have lived here 7 months by the time we get the internet that we thought we were getting the day before we moved in. And even then, I suspect it will go wrong. I'm getting closer and closer to doing a business lease line every day. As I was saying, I don't even know where that sentence was going. I'm a man of high blood pressure. Yeah, the thing I appreciate most about KFC fries as a man of high blood pressure is the fact they don't salt the fries. They just give you a little bit of salt. So if you want salt in your fries, you can add the salt. If you don't want salt, you don't add the salt. So I don't add the salt. At McDonald's, they're just like, Kev, just have a stroke. Seriously, it's on us. Have all the salt. Do you want some extra salt? Because don't worry, we've already put extra salt on for you. Do I have those problems on all devices? Yes. Yeah, the internet itself just sporadically cuts out for brief periods of time. Really frustrating. You can ask Mackey's not to salt your chips. They have to do it. Yeah, but that's a lot of faff. No one wants to sit in the drive-thru while they cook a whole new batch of chips and don't salt them. Right. Oh, it's only the Welsh Cup. Who cares? Do. Maybe we don't need to pretend that the stream keeps going down when tomorrow night. Oh, the big worry isn't the stream dropping. It's me dropping out of the game during the draft tomorrow. We won't be mentioning any of this to Dr. Ben. If it happens, we're going to act completely surprised. My goodness, Kev's internet appears to have dropped. This has never, ever happened before. And we'll be fine. I've got the hat now. I need to play. I need to become Kevy 5 times. Hey, check how the upload is behaving. I mean, the upload speed always looks solid whenever I do a speed check. It's always sort of 15 to 20 meg. It just drops out every now and again. I came in just in time to hear Kevy 5 times. I mean, you could have come in at any point over the stream and you'd have probably heard me say that. I've been saying it a lot. I'm putting it out there into the universe. That Kevy 5 times is a come in. There's nothing anybody can do about it. KFC equals Kev's 5 championships. I like it. That needs putting on a t-shirt. I might write that in pen on my cap. Ruin the sponsorship of the tournament for everybody else. You have a cat? No, I don't. I have a dog. I only know about Dave. I also only know about Dave. Kevy 4 champs becomes Kevy 5 champs. Oh, beautiful. Oh, talking of beautiful, that's a nice little pass. We've got in behind here. What you said you're going to write in pen on your cat. No, my cap. My cap. Cap. I think that's how you pronounce it, isn't it? Kappa. My hat. Pac-Man's hat. AFC Kevin 5 times Chapman. Boom, 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 boom. Is my computer hardwired or over Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi, which I know is not ideal, but the router is in the living room and I can't run a wire all the way from there to here. When we get the fibre to home, the router is going to be in here because they have to put a whole new thing in. I'm going to ask them to come through this wall into this room. So it's going to come directly into here. So I'm going to be wired into a 1 gig connection. Oh, I'm going to be streaming so fast. You'll actually, I could probably have the evening off and just have it set up to show you what I'm about to say on some kind of loop. I won't need to think of what to say next. I can just watch the stream and see myself say it before I think of it. It's going to be that fast. It's going to be brilliant. Pronounce Rota. I mean, it's not, is it? Imagine telling me I'm pronouncing something wrong when you are in fact an American, which means you say a lot of our words wrong. Need a power line converter. They're rubbish. I've used them before. They are rubbish. How's the weight loss? It's going all right so far. I'll know more Friday morning, but 8 pounds gone so far. Hopefully more this week. What speed am I going to get? It's going to be 1 gig down, 450 meg up. Which, I mean, at the moment we get theoretically 70 meg down, 20 meg up. So it is... It's going to be fast. Which is why I'm frustrated that they can't fit it until April. Yeah, when that day finally comes, we're going to have a new internet party. It's going to be brilliant. Can't imagine how quickly would I be able to upload videos with 450 up. Just going to be, oh my word. Oh, it's going to be phenomenal. I won't know what's hit me. I won't know what to do with myself with all the spare time. What's that, Kev? You want to download a 100 gig game? Just bear with me a moment. Oh, there it is. Beautiful. I downloaded Red Dead Redemption 2 over the weekend, and it took like 12 hours. Because that was when my internet was at its absolute dirt worst. We were getting like 5 gig down over the weekend. So the guy who came today has improved things because we're at least getting the speed we're supposed to get now, but it hasn't stopped the dropout problems, as you've seen by the fact the stream has crashed twice already. As the Stream Elements bot has just posted, make sure if you don't already, you follow the FM Streamer Showdown Twitch account, because the showdown starts tomorrow night. Obviously, the lowdown is going to be over on the Showdown Twitch account. You'll be able to watch it all from my perspective as well over here. But if you want to see what everyone else is getting up to, my Kev's tip for optimal Showdown viewing: watch my stream, watch that stream, have them both running at the same time, because then you can watch me in detail and see how the 4-time champion does it. But you also get an overview of what everyone else is up to by watching the lowdown. It's the perfect solution for your Showdown watching needs, so make sure you follow them as well. Maybe Anna turned on her PlayStation. I think Anna's asleep. I've not heard any movement from her since she got home from work. She got home from work, we had dinner, she went upstairs to have a lie down, and I think she's just fast asleep on the bed. It's a BT modem. It's their modem. I've tried plugging my own one in, and it didn't seem to make any difference. The one I used to use at the old house. Can anyone recommend a tier 10 database through the workshop? I have a guide for this idiot for house download the FM editor database through Mac. We've got commands to help you with that. Someone will help you out finding the commands now. We can get you set up. It's relatively straightforward to do. Right, this team needs to click. They didn't replace the router today because the router itself is only 3 months old. And they did replace the master socket into the house though. Apparently the wiring was weird. It came in from the road, but rather than going straight to where the master socket is, the wiring went all up around the rest of the house first. So the first socket it got to was the one up in our bedroom on the 2nd floor, and then there's one in Amy's bedroom on the 1st floor, and then it came down into our living room where the master socket is. So he basically cut that wire and reattached it so it just goes straight from outside into the living room, and those 2 other phone sockets are dead now. It doesn't go up there, and then he replaced the socket. So theoretically that's supposed to have eliminated the problem, says the man who's dropped connection twice already this evening. Like, to be fair, the first one was OBS crashing, so we can't get down on it too much just yet. He also did the typical OpenReach script of, and of course it will take a little while to bed in the new connection, which I've never really understood that. As a man with a computer science degree, and I know I didn't really do networking or hardware stuff, I focused on programming for my degree, I don't really understand the concept of the connection bedding in. Either it's connected or it's not. It's, you know, it doesn't need to settle. Toodle pip Fleming. That's it. Got the team sorted for tomorrow. Sort of. I still need to do a little bit of research. I've spent a lot of today nosing around in the draft just to really to get a feel for where the new prices are, to work out where the value is. Because it's effectively a draft with no restrictions. We've got a £500 million budget. It's the top 5 leagues in Europe. We don't have to use everybody. We don't have to use every league. So we can pretty much, as long as you don't go silly with like superstars and Galacticos, it's pretty hard to overspend. You can pretty much, assuming everyone gets 1 or 2 of the top players, you can then pretty much get the player you want, the best players in every position, at least budget-wise. So the key is finding a couple of value options that let you spend big on a couple of the bigger stars. Am I drafting Fraser Forster? No. When's the draft? Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Looking steady, did I see right? Ches was going for 3 keepers in an 18-man squad. I can't believe that's true. No drafting Kev's Leicester team then. I mean, there'll be a few of those that I try and draft, definitely. Because there's a few of those that are value. I mean, as an example, he's not necessarily someone I'm planning on getting, because you know I never use him right, but I noticed James Maddison's only 14 million, which that's an example of what we're looking for with value. 14 million for him. If he's still there on pick 17 and I've got a little bit of money left, that's the sort of player you fill out a squad with, I think. Is it worth drafting 2 keepers in the showdown or not? I think if you don't draft 2 keepers, you're asking for trouble. And I don't even subscribe to this idea of 1 good keeper, 1 terrible keeper. I'll get 2 decent keepers. Because I don't want my entire tournament to fall apart because a keeper gets injured. How many players do you need to get? It's 18-man squads. Yeah, the lemon wipe is still a thing. I mean, bearing in mind, the last showdown I won, I used all 18 of my players, including my backup goalkeeper. So, it's the games come thick and fast. Apparently, Charlie Ridge has got a play as an advanced forward. I probably should have listened to all this stuff that I agreed to at the start. So he's going to be an advanced forward, which means we're going to have to play this guy as the pressing forward, which isn't ideal. Dev keeps a keeper in his backup squad. I always have one in my saves. I've never left them on the bench. That seems silly. Van Dijk, Chilwell, Defoe, Vardy, Donnarumma. You making a list for me? I will say there's probably 2 of them that will be real high priorities for me to get. The rest of them, I'm not really bothered if I get them or not. There's 2 of them that I really, really want. Obviously, I'm not going to... You know one, and I'm not going to tell you who the other one is. You should draft Adama Traore from Wolves. 20 acceleration and pace. He doesn't really play in a way that I want him to play, though. Because he's a wide player, isn't he? I might not be using wide players. I'm not sure. I've got a few plans. End the loan. I told him. Defoe's not in the draft. That's a good point. Defoe wouldn't be in the draft. Are we into the semi-final of the Nonsense Cup? We are. Oh no, not a quarter-final, but a semi-final draw. How exciting. We could win a cup here. Who's Defoe? Willem Dafoe, the actor. He sometimes plays football, so we can draft him if we want to. Right, so that's got those two the right way around. But now it's switched these two around, so hold on, quick pick. We're actually going to have a fiddle here, aren't we? So maybe make you that. Trying to get selection advice to agree with me to save time in the future. Yeah, so he's playing in his role, he's playing in his right role. Yeah, that works. Don't be Zealand. Don't know what that means. I'm the anti-Zealand. I'm the opposite of Zealand. So I couldn't be Zealand if I tried. Oh, having a fiddle. Yeah. Have I done my plan or not? I have a plan. It's not a finished plan. I mean, it's a draft with 9 people in. Anyone who claims they can plan the whole thing out is a liar, because you just can't. You can't. If you are 9th in that draft, your entire first team could be gone. Almost. By the time you get your first pick. And teams are built around the key players as well. So if you've got, like, if you're playing, I don't know, a system that needs a really good shadow striker, for example, and let's say there's 3 really good shadow strikers you've identified, and they've all gone by the time you pick your squad, by the time you get your first pick, you've got to be able to think on the fly and come up with a different system and completely change your plan. So you need rather than a plan, I've just got like a vague idea of what I want to do and a few players that I'm looking to prioritize early on, and then the rest of it will come up with as we go. I think the mistake some people make is to try and you get people writing down there, this is my 11 that I'm going for. Well, you're not going to get them. So what are you wasting your time for? We're going to get knocked out of the Nonsense Cup. It's very sad. How do they pick the order in the draft? The game just does it randomly. So fingers crossed I get first pick. I've only ever had first pick once. That was in season 2 when I'd won season 1 using Virgil van Dijk as one of the top scorers in the tournament on the corners. And then I got first pick in season 2 and picked him again and then won again. That's how important Van Dijk is. But I've never had him since because I've never been early enough in the draft. And there's no one else like him in the game. Pick four options for each position, then you at least get 1 or even 2. I mean, not necessarily. And there's some players who are the only option in their position. Like if I want to build a team around exploiting set pieces, if I don't get Van Dijk, I've got to change my plan entirely. There's no point getting the next best header at the near post, because if I come up against the team that Van Dijk is in, he'll just block them, and that team then nullifies me completely. Thank you, Mr. Brightside, for the donation. Much appreciated. Oh, season 2 was the 4 Idiots, that's right. Yeah, where 4 people didn't pick him beforehand and I got him pick 5. I remember now. Everyone saw how Kev did and no one lets him fall to Kev anymore. But, you know, out of sight, out of mind. They, how many people are going to have forgotten about him because he's not playing at the moment? Van Dijk and Chilwell caused riots. They did indeed. Chilwell's still cheap as well. He's still only 12 million. I looked at him today. I don't know that he'd be in my first 2 or 3 picks as a left back. I think there's much better left backs to choose from, and there's probably better corner takers as well. But again, Chilwell's another one of those where if we're on like pick 6 or 7 and he's still there for 12 million quid, it's pretty hard to say no for that kind of price because it frees up some money to splurge on somebody else then. He's certainly a solid option. I mean, Ben Chilwell's a 3-time showdown winner, I think. I think I've had him 3 times. I think I've had Chilwell without Van Dijk once. So Chilwell might have won it more times than anybody. I'm sure this is the kind of stat you'll get on the lowdown tomorrow night. They'll have this stuff. Should get Trent. I completely disagree. He's not my kind of right back. The only way I get Trent is if I'm playing him as a holding midfielder. I'm not using him as my right back. He's not my kind of right back at all. I'd rather have Ricardo Pereira. Because I know he is my kind of right back. Alan Wilson must be 3-time as well. Maybe. He's won once with me. But I know Callum Wilson's always a popular one because he's so quick. It will be interesting to see if anyone picks Vardy based on how injury prone he seems to be in FM21. Because he had that long injury for me in the Leicester save. I've had a number of people contact me, said they've had long injuries from him as well. And obviously the matches themselves are played in normal FM. They're not in draft mode. They're not in touch. So theoretically, if he's injury prone and you're playing, and like I say, the games are thick and fast. The games are, you're playing every Saturday, every Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, all the way through. I think that breaks Jamie Vardy. I don't know that Vardy is necessarily a smart pick this time because of how injury prone we've seen he is in FM21. So that's going to be quite an interesting thing as well. I don't think he's particularly high up my list. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out who my striker that I'm going for is likely to be based on content you've seen from me this year. Do jovial or disruptive players affect the team in draft? Well, the game itself is played in the full version of the game, so yeah. Is it Pritchard? Yes, it's Pritchard. You've got me. I'm going for Pritchard and Spasov. Yeah, you found me out. Spasov and Pritchard are going to be my front two. And Ricky J. Jones, yeah. Because one of them doesn't exist and 2 of them aren't in the draft, but I'm going to go for all of them and see what happens. Failing all that, I might just go for Belotti. Next showdown should be only 3 transfer players. I don't think there's any way to set that up as a draft pool. Stanley Pritchard a real player? No, he's a new gen. Jack, thank you very much for the gifted sub.
Gifted a tier 1 sub to Tappers 93.
Classy Francis. Yeah, let's get Classy Francis. Which of my picks in the showdown surprised with how well they did? Walcott, Defoe, the old men that I throw in when I've got some money knocking around. I mean, Theo Walcott scored in a final for me, in a winning final. I'm the man who couldn't get a performance out of Aubameyang, couldn't get a performance out of Griezmann. But I can get Theo Walcott scoring goals. Chilwell, yeah, Chilwell. Although Chilwell was very much. I remember the discussion around when we picked Chilwell. It was very much with a view to him taking set pieces, because he wouldn't have got in the team just on his ability as a left back, but his set piece ability pushed him over the line. Streamer Sheridan should be non-league with 100 million budget, but there's not enough non-league players to draft from. If you've seen the Draft Wars video me and Ben did, in order to get me in my element, we had to do League 1 and lower, because if you go any lower than that, there's not enough in the draft pool. Would I go for a star this draft like Mbappe, Neymar, Messi? Certainly not any of those three. Van Dijk, I would consider a star. I'd perhaps go for someone like that. Well, I say perhaps. I would definitely go for Van Dijk if he's available. I have no interest in the three you've mentioned. No interest in Haaland. I mean, you've seen me do 2 seasons with Leicester trying to get a goal out of Haaland. You honestly think I'm going to take him into the showdown? That was a Haaland that had developed two or three more years, and I still couldn't get him scoring consistently. So Haaland's definitely off my list. He just doesn't suit the way I want to play. Whereas I know I can put Belotti into my chosen tactic, and he's a 40-goal-a-season striker. Reminder to export and save your teams for the LOLLUJO Cup at the end of the season. That's a very good point. I guess you've not seen the Leicester save then, if you think Haaland works in the way I play. Yeah, Werner. Werner's definitely on the short list. Werner, Belotti, Wilson, maybe Vardy. Someone mentioned Greenwood before. Greenwood for sure. That's the kind of I want a pressing forward, basically. I think pressing forward is incredibly effective in FM21. Lautaro Martinez is on my list as well. Werner, so you can send him out on loan and never use him. Werner's been top scorer in 2 of my showdown wins, I think. Werner's been brilliant for me in the showdown. One of the reasons I signed him for Leicester, because of how fantastic he always is for me in the showdown. Werner is exactly my kind of striker. If I could build a striker from the ground up, it would be Timo Werner. Quick question. For your non-league legend, would it not be more realistic to start unemployed? No. Because that's not how non-league legend starts. But the theory is, if you start unemployed, I could end up down in Cornwall on £150 a week. And realistically, I wouldn't move to Cornwall for £150 a week. So the idea behind starting at the club nearest to my house is, in the very unlikely event a club offered me a job on the pathetic amount of money you get offered at the start of the game, the only way I'm saying yes is if I don't have to move house. So yeah, that's why it will always start at the club closest to where I live. Because otherwise it breaks all realism. Like this one, I wouldn't go to LLANELLI to be a part-time football manager. It's madness. But I might have to have a little bit of a rethink of non-league to legend next year if this whole not getting offered jobs is a thing now. So I've been offered 3 interviews for the whole of the save so far. Blackburn, Posh, Tottenham. 2 of them didn't give me the job. 1 of them did. I've not been offered a job since Tottenham, what, 2 seasons ago? You could get another part-time job near where I go. Yeah, but why would I? Why would I leave a real job to go and do 2 iffy part-time jobs far away from where I live. There's just no logic there. I wouldn't do it. I live in London, so the only way I'd get a job as a football manager and a pittance is if I moved somewhere cheaper. Then perhaps you'd need to do your version of Non-Lethal Legend different to me. You haven't got a real job. But obviously in Non-Lethal Legend, I'm not a YouTuber, am I? Or else I'd keep doing that. I'm not going to take a pay cut to go. If Kettering rang me up now and said, Kev, that contract we gave you in Non-Lethal Legend, you can have that. You start tomorrow. I'm like, not a chance. I'm not taking a pay cut to do a job that you can sack me from at any moment. Thank you. But if I was still in a real job, then in order for me to take something on, it would have to be near home. So I could probably carry on doing the day job during the day and do it part-time. Bum bum ba dum bum 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 ba dum bum 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 bum. What is this scoreline? We haven't had a 6-3 for years. This was my trademark scoreline. This was my trademark scoreline for years, and we haven't done a 6-3 for ages. This is like FM16 all over again. It's basically whenever I wheel out the diamond. This is non-league at its best. Yeah, this is absolute madness. (6-3) away from home as well. Imagine scoring 3 goals at home and not winning the game. That's going to sting a little bit. Ding, 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 ding. Christ, there's still home fans in the stadium. Yeah, I mean, there's not many fans anywhere, is there? Let's outstretch the arms, give everyone a pat on the head. And how are we looking in this league table now? Still third, still 4 points behind both Swansea Uni and some words I can't say. Cumbran, Celtic. We're 4 points behind Celtic. Welsh Celtic, we'll call them. Good old Welsh Celtic. Are there professional clubs in Wales other than Swansea and Cardiff? Wrexham, Newport, TNS. That's probably your lot, maybe. I present Rochdale have scored 3 at home in the last 3 and only got 2 points. That is pathetic. Have the attendances started to increase? I haven't really been looking. Now we don't get to see them in the match. I mean, they don't look like it. No, they're pretty much identical to this time last year. It's getting warm in here. I'm still drinking a coffee that I made at 7:30, by the way. You can take the teacher out of the handsome bearded man, but you can't. I mean, I don't really know where I'm trying to go with that. I still drink cold coffee because that's what they teach you at teacher training school, basically. That has got 3 shots of espresso in. And then topped up with water. Beautiful. Dean Keats, he used to play for Posh. There he is, look, playing for Posh. He was right at the start of the Fergie Revolution. Oh, what have we got over here?
Chillbuck just gifted 10 subs.
Chillbuck, thank you very much for the 10 gifted subs. Very much appreciated. Get your nuts out for Chillbuck, everybody, especially if you've just received a gifted sub. Wonderful stuff. Thank you very much. Maybe that's why I'm failing my degree, Kev. I don't like coffee. What, are you doing teacher training? You can't be a teacher without liking coffee. Not allowed. 3 shots, my head would vibrate off my body. 3 shots would keep me awake until about 10:30, and then I'll just go to sleep. Right as rain. I have a caffeine problem, clearly. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. I don't even eat unhealthily anymore, but I still consume far too much caffeine. I wonder why I've got high blood pressure. We're not going to worry about that today. Is that the rule? I'm afraid that is the rule. Got a question, Kev. I was watching Jack last night. I know, sorry. I mean, if anyone should be sorry, I feel sorry for you rather than the other way around. So you were watching Jack last night, managed to stay awake during it, and he was talking about how a football league system such as we have would not work in the States due to its size. My question is, do you think a football league system would work in the US? Not in the same way as it does in England. You couldn't have like tier 6 as a completely national league. It would need to be massively regionalised because you couldn't have part-time teams travelling from coast to coast week in, week out. It just wouldn't work financially. You could get a league system working, but it would have to be really regionalised. There's no reason why you couldn't set up some kind of promotion and relegation, I don't think. We've got Americans in. What do you think, Americans? Didn't used to like coffee, but now when I have it, it makes me just feel nicer. That explains it all perfectly. Owen, thank you very much for the bits. That's to push me over the edge for my youth player at 99.9k channel points. Very exciting. There are probably small leagues which exist regionally in the US, just not professional. A state league would be difficult for some states. I live in Texas, and a local team in North Texas have to drive almost 15 hours to reach South Texas. Yeah, see, even that's challenging, isn't it? It would be like minor league baseball, a regional series of leagues with maybe national playoffs for promotion. Can I message a mod? You can message a mod. Mods, who have we got in on the mod team who can help Owen with a player? Or presumably just going on the list at this stage. Probably be similar to the English lower leagues, but much more regional, like you said, individual states or groups of states and leagues. As an American, what you said is the key issue. Travel is the biggest hurdle for a national system. With MLS and USL, those should be the top 2 levels, and below that needs to be regional with promotion to USL and eventually MLS. Boom, sorted. There you go. We've fixed America. You're welcome. I think transfers is a non-US idea they'd not be happy with implementing in such a huge sport over here. But if MLS was replaced with a more UK system, I suppose it might work with enough support. Awesome. Jamie, thank you very much for the sub. Where's my pop? Do the mod's voice. I would, but there's a lot of mugs on my desk, and I'm not entirely confident of getting to the Go XLR without spilling a drink. It's been one of those weeks with the snow and with Amy being here and with Anna being off work and just lots going on. I'll show you my desk. It's a disgrace. I am a monster. I just need to get these upstairs. I'm going to do that after the stream tonight. Tomorrow night, ask me to show you. There you go. That's the desk. The Go XLR's behind all that. So, ask me to show you that tomorrow. If that's not clear, I'll donate £10 to charity. There you go. Force it on me. That's like 4 days worth of cups. That's a lot of cans and cups. Yes, it is. I'm a thirsty man. It's a lot of mugs to go with all the showdown cups. Yeah, exactly. The college sports system in America is completely contradictory to local league and promotion relegation systems. Yeah, bin that off as well. Just do normal sport. None of this college nonsense. Bin it off. The ace hole needs a mod as well. Mods! Invest in an office bin. I'm not going to put mugs in the bin. I'm not going to put cans in the bin. They all need to go to the kitchen. My can crusher's in the kitchen. The mugs need to go in the dishwasher. It's easily remedied with 2 trips up the stairs. I just need to get into the habit of when I leave the room, take the mugs out. Gift subs count as charity. You wouldn't want a gifted sub if it meant taking money out of the hands of a charity, surely. Talking of charity, am I allowed to say this? I don't know if I'm allowed to say this yet. Someone needs to somehow read my mind and prompt me that you already know what I'm about to say so that I can say it. How can I prompt you? How can I find out if you know what I mean without spoiling it if you don't know? Imagine I was to come into some money for some reason over the next 4 days or so. Does that mean anything to anybody? See if anyone... Right, Nero's along the right lines. Anything I were to win, all going to the National Autistic Society. Because I want to maintain my amateur status. I'm not answering any questions because I don't know what's been announced and what hasn't. It's like I say, I don't know what's been announced and what hasn't. It's complicated. This is why they shouldn't tell me anything until it's formally announced. That's a lovely finish. Did Ben ever send the shirt and crown he meant to send me? No. Am I confident you can win the showdown? Yes, I've won it 4 times. Why would I not win it this time? Am I giving away the free KFC you get? I don't think I get free KFC. KFC? I don't think I get free KFC. I think I get codes to give away. I'm not... Again, because I wasn't in it last time, I've never been in it when it's been sponsored before. I don't really know how it works. My understanding is I will get some KFC codes to give away. But I don't think I get free chicken because, you know, if I want chicken, I can buy my own chicken. Seems a bit silly to, if they're giving free chicken away, to eat it myself. Should we just do a hype train? Thank you very much, boys and girls. Love a bit of a hype train. Dev can't eat KFC on a diet. I mean, I can. I won't, because it's too far away. The nearest one's like 10 miles away. It'll be cold by the time it gets home. And they don't deliver to me. But Anna wins every voucher. Anna doesn't even like KFC. Better not say that tomorrow night. There is vegan KFC now, yeah. But not at every restaurant, I don't think. Or maybe, I'm not sure. Have a look at the FM Streamer Showdown merch. There's merch, is there? There's stuff with my face on. I don't remember signing licensing. And if it's not got my face on, what's the point of it? Right, hold on. We're going to go to extra time in a second. But first, we're back on the Twitter. Where's this merch? I mean, what is going on here? Right. I've got that Always Original t-shirt. So it's KFC merch. Is that what we're talking about? That t-shirt is ready to be hung on the door tomorrow. I've got a different cap to that one though. Is that it? They've not made actual merch. It's the KFC merch. Is that what you mean? Is that what we're talking about? I think that's what you were talking about. Right, extra time, boys and girls. Don't let this slip away. Exactly. Just posted something cool in the VIP chat. Did you? I'm not logged into Discord at the moment because Showdown lot are nattering in there constantly and it was making too much noise. I will have a look on my phone though. Or I'll try to. Is Discord down? I guess it can't be down because you just posted in there. I can't get onto Discord at the moment. Don't know what's going on. They've got pretty ladies on his Twitter feed. That'll just be someone. Let's just put that to bed. I don't follow pretty ladies. Let's see why there was a pretty lady on there. How did that end up on my feed? Oh, new wrestlers. I've already got him. Oh no, oh no, I haven't got him. I've got him pre-ordered. Don't worry. Don't worry. Another Kenny Omega. Excellent. There you go. That's Omega Luke. That's him. I don't follow whoever this woman is. That's him liking it. It's the stupidest thing Twitter ever did. There you go. That's just in case Anna's watching. Look, I have a clean Twitter feed. 100% pornography free. You're welcome, internet. As if you don't follow Ben Sports News. I mean, how do I break this to you? Just Ben in a different tie? You're enough of that as it is. I bet he doesn't follow home. What's happened so far this stream? I only just got on. I spent nearly 2 hours drinking a cup of coffee. No, I didn't. Nearly an hour. Have we only been streaming an hour and a half? That feels... No, that coffee I must have made at 6:30, not at 7:30. So I was streaming at 7:30. So I spent 2 hours drinking a cup of coffee. We've won some football matches. And we've talked a bit about the showdown. Basically. Here you go. Here you go. Are the mods still all not here? Probably. They're disgraces. Yeah, I don't talk about kayfabe. I'm always in kayfabe. Ding, ding, ding. Bum, 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 bum. We are gonna win this cup. Hashtag out with the mods. I like it. I'm not entirely sure which cup this is. I think this is the nonsense cup. We're doing all right in it. If this is I don't think this is the Welsh Cup because I think we just got knocked out of that. I'm not paying as much attention to the game as I probably should be. We're just having a lovely time. So you're saying I haven't missed some reverse backdoor Kev crying session? Yeah, we've not cried. We take it on the chin. For me, it happened last week. I'm over it. Where does one get these new figs? I get them from Ringside Collectibles. And then they come in a nice big box like this with the full set of 6 in. So that's wave 3 of the AEW figures. Oh God, what am I doing? They came the other day. That's wave 3. And then as soon as they arrived, I pre-ordered wave 4. I've got all of them so far. I'm so cool. Right. So that, oh no, that was the Welsh Cup. There you go. So second round of the Welsh Cup. It was the Nonsense Cup we got knocked out of. I got it the wrong way round. Either way, still good. You got the Butcher. There's no Butcher AEW figure yet. I have got 2 lots of the Young Bucks though, because they were in both Wave 1 and Wave 3. I've got 2 Cody Rhodeses because there was one in Wave 1 and then one that came with the ring, which is a different one, and I bought the ring as well. And there's another Cody in Wave 4, I think, so I'm going to have 3 Cody figures. Plus probably an old WWE Cody in the cupboard somewhere. People are going to think I've got a Cody obsession. I've seen you Untitled Legend on YouTube. Why did you choose to manage LLANELLI if it's not close to your home? It's Kettering. We started unemployed in this save, and this was the first team to give us an interview. Actually, that's not true. We got interviews here in Port Talbot, and LLANELLI offered us more pennies, both for me and to spend on the players. Righty-ho then. I haven't turned up in any of this save, so can you fill me in? I saw the YouTube video. You've only missed like 3 streams, so we're in the 2nd season. This is our first full season. We started unemployed with all of the UK and Ireland loaded. We got the job at LLANELLI about 8 games into the season when they were down in, I think, 12th place in the league. Around getting close to the relegation zone. We ended up finishing 3rd last year. But there's only 1 promotion spot out of this out of the 2nd tier in Wales. You have to go up as champions. There's no playoffs. So we rebuilt the team over the summer, and we are now trying to go up as champions this year. But as you can see, there's 2 teams that are better than us currently. So we'll see. If we don't go up automatically, we will definitely be looking for a new job this summer. We did apply for a couple of jobs in Northern Ireland the summer just gone, but didn't get any bites from any of them. So for now, we're just going to try and get promoted and see what happens. There are Tony Storm figures. You can, with the WWE stuff, you can pretty much get anyone you want as a figure. They've been making them for so long. They do them for their NXT and all sorts. AEW is a little bit newer. There's only been 3 sets of the AEW figures so far. So it's only the main guys currently. And they're a little bit behind the storylines as well. So in Wave 3, I got Riho. And I don't remember the last time she was on TV. Probably before the pandemic. But she's the first non-Brandy Rhodes female figure they've done. And like I say, don't remember her being on TV in the last 6 months. Will I buy an Omega Luke figure if that would be available? Only if he stops liking pictures of girls on Twitter so it looks like I'm a perv. Did I live stream the Posh save, and if so, when? Yeah. Oh no, as in, yeah, hold on. Not the one on YouTube. It's complicated. Basically, I did a save with Posh before we went there in Non-League to Legend, so I streamed that on Twitch. But no, I don't stream Non-League to Legend. That's just YouTube. Because I usually record those videos about a week in advance, so it would get very complicated. Like, I'm about a season ahead on both of the YouTube saves, so streaming them is never really an option. Can you get approached on this game by another club? Yes, although it doesn't seem to happen very often in FM21. Come on, boys. Do a football. Do a football. Proper football chant there. Like being at a match. Certainly how I remember them. Me just sat there clapping my hands saying, do a football. Kev at a football match. Wearing a suit as well. Anyone who doesn't wear a tie to the football, caveman. Ooh, I thought he was sticking that in the top corner there. First 3 series of AEW must be sold out. I can't even see who's in a new trend. Yeah, they're selling like hotcakes. They're selling for like double the price that they were at the time on eBay. That's why I pre-order them instantly when they release, because they are like gold dust. The Brandy Rhodes figure on Wave 1, because she made it a character on AEW Dark, she had little Brandy that she brought to the ring with her for a little while. That figure I pre-ordered in July, and that only arrived last week. That's how hard it was to get hold of. Which is why I've now started using Ringside Collectibles and just getting them imported straight from the US. So Wave 3, that only released like 2 weeks ago, arrived the other day. So that's how I'm gonna be getting them from now on. I've got Wave 4 already pre-ordered, ready to come. Lovely finish. Lovely finish. Don't even own a tie. You need to get one. You can get free ties. I got sent a free tie the other day because I'm still looking into getting home ties made up. So a company sent me a sample. I haven't even taken it out of the bag because it just looks trash. I don't want a pathetic little badge like that on a generic tie. If and when we do a home tie, I want it properly designing. You know I like a busy tie. That, you'll never see me in a boring tie like that. So, yeah. If you pretend you're going to be selling ties, tie companies will just send you a free one. Have I watched any of Omega Luke's wrestling matches? I watched his first one. The one he made everybody watch. I've not seen anything else since. That's why you support Posh, the tie thing. Yeah, we all wear ties at Posh. Ties and top hats. They don't let you through the turnstile if you're not wearing a top hat. It's weird. Who wears a suit best out of the Lowdown crew? Curty. Curty always looks handsome in his... Curty wears a bow tie. Well, he's not on the Lowdown this time, is he? Who's on there this time? Obviously, Sweet Left Foot and Omega Luke are the same person. And then who else is on there this time? Azzopardi doesn't even know how to do up a tie. Who's the... Dupe. So I guess Dupe wins by default because he's an actual person who's not playing two roles and he's not Dave. So Dupe wins best dressed on the Lowdown this time by default. Nutterman or Newterman, probably Nutterman. Thank you very much for the sub. I seem to have 3 Jushin figures that are over $50 each. Yeah, you can fall down you can really fall down a rabbit hole with wrestling figures. They've released a load of New Japan ones recently. There's a Will Ospreay one that's... I think they've got Okada and Ospreay. I don't think Liger's in that set, but the current wave of New Japan ones was so expensive that as much as I'd like a Will Ospreay figure, no. Surely Matt's the host. Does he count as being on the Lowdown if he's hosting? I didn't really consider him. I was just looking at the panel. I guess Matt. Although Matt never shows too much of his costume, does he? Because he's got a fancy camera. He can, like this one, he can have his nice blurred background and his low lighting and... Yeah, Matt doesn't show too much of what he's wearing. What is going on here? Everything was going so well. Come on, boys. We can't be messing up over and over again. This is a 6-point gap we're letting happen now. Demand more. Go attacking. Do a football. Oh. We can't let 2-goal leads slip like that if we're trying to get promoted. I get jealous watching Kev play FM now. My PC doesn't have a big enough power supply to support a good graphics card. FM looks like I'm playing FIFA 95 on my old Sega Mega Drive. Oh dear. Right, Pontypridd? Did we decide that's how it's pronounced? I think it depends on which part of Wales you're in. It could be Pontypridd. What I do know, and I have learned, is it's not Pontypridd. But we're 12 games unbeaten and we're still falling behind. That's how much Welsh Celtic are dominating. It's unacceptable. Recently found you on YouTube. Must say, I love your Non-League Legends series. Saw your stream as well, so I thought I'd tune in to watch. Dan, welcome. I do stream as well. We have a lot of fun here. Play in 2D. It's the best way. I mean, everyone, say hello to Grandad. Grandad's in. How you doing, Grandad? You got a computer on then? Lovely. Isn't it past your time for Horlicks, isn't it, Grandad? It's nearly 9 o'clock. Come on now. Can't draw with a fairy, surely. I can draw with anybody when I'm on an unbeaten run. Horlicks. Does Horlicks even still exist? Have I had Horlicks as an adult? I don't know that I have. Anna's just sent a message to me. Why are you shouting Horlicks? Sorry. I think she thinks I'm ordering a drink. Does Horlicks still exist? Once Kevin sorted someone over the move for being old school. I'll insult anyone who's old school all the time. I have a £100 laptop and can only run FM15. Well, I didn't realise you could get laptops for £100. That's impressive. Original peeps still use text commentary only. I mean, as someone who grew up through text commentary only and then grew up through 2D, I'm not afraid of change. Just because I used to have to suffer through text only and 2D doesn't mean I'm going to voluntarily suffer through it now. I've got thousands of hours of text only under my belt, thanks. You can get a vegan one. What, vegan Horlicks? Amazing. Bovril, I know Bovril still exists because you can get Bovril at the football. I know this because in the not too distant past, my dad made tiny individually portioned toad in the holes for us to take to the football, and then we bought Bovril and dipped the toad in the holes in Bovril like it was gravy. I mean, we really are posh at posh. We don't buy food at the match. He makes fancy food. But that was good. Horlicks does exist. My mum's dementia home drinks it. Nice. Lots of people saying Horlicks still exists. I convinced a streamer today to play an Eagles song from 1979 that received positive reviews. And probably a DMCA strike. So, well done for ruining that streamer's livelihood. Love a Bovril. See, I've not had Bovril outside of a football match. Right? It comes in a jar like Marmite, doesn't it? I remember that much. I don't remember ever buying a jar of Bovril, but it is something I've got at the football before. What is Bovril like? It's basically just like gravy, isn't it? That's the best way to describe it. It's just like gravy. The music doesn't go into the VOD. Yeah, but you can still get a DMCA strike whilst live. That's a big misconception amongst streamers at the moment. You can get a takedown whilst live. It's still a copyright infringement, whether it's on the VOD or whether it's live. It's a huge risk playing copyright music. Certainly one I wouldn't be messing around with. There are people who have their streams taken down whilst live and their accounts taken off them for doing stuff like that. So I would on the side of caution when persuading people to do stuff like that in the future. Maybe educate them why they shouldn't instead. Do I like Marmite? Yes, love Marmite. Bovril, where did it come from? Doesn't sound like English cuisine. I mean, tasting it, it's the most English thing ever. It's gravy in a cup, so I don't know where the name came from, but the food itself is gotta be English. Surely. No other nation is going to think to drink gravy. If that didn't come from the north of England, I don't understand geography. Bovril and a pie at the football is the best combination. See, I'm not really a pie at the football kind of guy. Although they do a nice chicken balti pie. I say they do. 20 years ago, they did a nice chicken balti pie at Posh. But I haven't bought a pie at the football for generations. There's a KFC right outside. If I want hot food, I'll get a KFC on the way in. Have I considered streaming elsewhere? Not seriously, because Twitch is the only game in town, really. If you want to actually stream for a living, the only place you can realistically do that is Twitch. YouTube streams are awful. They're getting better, but they're awful. Facebook is just a nightmare. Unless you want to stream to your mum and her friends, You can't be using Facebook unless, of course, they give you the fat stacks that they gave all the FIFA YouTubers. Loads of streamers I watch play copyright music and they've never been taken down. It's only a matter of time. Once the copyright claiming system is as effective as YouTube's one, it will happen. It is against, I mean, ultimately, it's illegal. You know, as an individual streamer, you can be sued for it. You can't be deliberately breaking copyright. It's just anyone who, I would suggest if there's anyone out there who streams for a living and they're playing copyright music, they are not that bothered about their job security. Have I considered getting super chats? Super chats bring money. I mean, I've streamed on YouTube before, and super chat, people don't do super chats as much as they subscribe here on Twitch. If I did this same stream on YouTube, I'd have 5 times as many people watching, and I'd make 10% of the money I'd have made this evening. Because it's just the nature of YouTube. People expect to consume content for free on YouTube, whereas on Twitch, viewers kind of expect to pay. It's just the way each site kind of grew. Would you still get taken down if you sing along to it as there's a singer on here who plays copyright music? Potentially. It's still a copyright infringement. A lot of people are going to get caught out. Do they have Chick-fil-A in the UK? I've never had it. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist, but I've never seen one. I imagine if you go to the right part of London, there'll probably be one. I've never noticed one when wandering around. But then I'd never noticed Taco Bell until like 2 years ago. So stuff like that is slowly but surely making its way to the UK. Bovril was created by a Scotsman to feed the army of Napoleon III in the 1870s. How long have you been doing YouTube and streaming full-time as a job? Full-time, 3.5 years. I've been doing it for like 5 years total, but like 3.5 years full-time. I haven't seen a Chick-fil-A in London. Should we have a look? Because this is the sort of thing we can't be looking at tomorrow. They don't exist tomorrow. Chick-fil-A UK. Is there a Chick-fil-A in London? A location at a mall in Reading, a city west of London, opened last week. There's one in Reading, bizarrely. Oh no, hold on. Chick-fil-A shutters last UK restaurant after protests. Are they some weird anti-gay company or something? Probably best they're not here, if that's the case. Chick-fil-A is fine food if you're a bigot. There we go. A few years ago, they came out with harsh anti-LGBTQ stance. Well, then they can do one. In that case, good riddance to them. So that's a meal I can confidently say I don't want to eat. They also don't let women breastfeed. Yeah, they can stay in the US. They don't need to come here. Only store opened just for 8 days and got the lease revoked, never to be renewed. Good. They're getting political in the stream. I mean, if saying that having an anti-gay stance is wrong is getting political, then yeah, I'm getting political. They can do one. If you disagree, you can do one too. There you go. No discussion needed. subject. Oh yeah, it is a subject change because, like I say, there's no discussion needed. Anyone who feels the need to discuss isn't welcome here. Why rock and roll? Thank you very much for the sub. This song just doesn't seem to get going. It's just constantly just carrying on like this all night, and we'd only notice occasionally when we tune back in and hit, oh, the song's still just looping around. Oh no, we changed it ever so slightly there. And then it stops. Well, I was hoping it would go on forever, but it didn't. And reminder from the chat again, if you don't follow the FM Streamer Showdown Twitch account, take the opportunity to follow them now. You are going to want to be following them this weekend because much shenanigans are going to be happening over there. That's where the lowdown is hosted. That's where my winners interview will be happening on Sunday night. And just lots of fun stuff going on over there over the course of the weekend. You want to be watching them and me, so make sure you go and follow them while you're on this evening. Royal Rumble predictions. Don't really have any. Not been watching WWE for a little while, so I mentioned earlier in the stream, I don't even know what would make sense at this point. Normally you get a feel for who's going to win because you get a rough idea what they're building towards at WrestleMania. I'm so out of touch, I don't know. So no idea. Am I much of a gambler? No, I don't gamble, really. Some people consider I do because I play a bit of poker here and there, and I do FIFA Ultimate Team, but I don't gamble. Curious to know how Ricky J. Jones has developed other people's FM saves. I'm not that far in my main save. Does he always become a Premier League star? I think he gets there. I know Ches has got him in his save on Twitch, and he's pretty good. Am I an AEW man? I am an AEW man. Would love an Outback Steakhouse in the UK. Always used to eat there when I holidayed in the US. Nice. Can't seem to find three midfield roles that work together. Playing a 4-2-3-1 with my AM and ball-in midfielder. They're doing really well, but my third midfielder doesn't do anything no matter what role or who plays there. See, if I'm doing a 4-2-3-1, I pretty much always have the two centre mids as a box-to-box midfielder and a deep line playmaker, and then an attacking midfielder ahead of them. I can't imagine much of a reason why I'd vary from that because that's the only way it ever seems to work. Do 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 do, bum ba dum bum 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 bum. Oh no, just no. Still doesn't think Ricky J. Jones is a Premier League starter in Posh. That's why he's been angling to sell him on any chance he gets. I haven't been trying to sell him on. I don't think he's very similar, and this is going to upset the people who are too nostalgic about their saves and don't win as much as I do. He's very similar to Christian Gomez. He's a very good Premier League striker, a very one-dimensional, very good Premier League striker. However, he's not a striker you're going to win the Champions League with. So, on that basis, if you're trying to build the best team possible, at some point you have to replace him. Simple, really. Oh, Anna is in wearing a giraffe dressing gown, no less. Because you were asleep. I said don't sleep. You said I'm not sleeping, I'm resting. I said good night. And then 3 hours later you walked in and said, why did you let me sleep? That's basically the story of this evening. Where are you? Which side are you? Did you have a nice sleep? Yeah, you should probably have some Horlicks. We've just been talking about it. Yeah. No, I don't think... I didn't know you could still buy Horlicks, but apparently you can. Hello, Anna. Can I help you? What are you doing? But... Have you even opened your headphones yet? Go fetch them. Bring them in here. Let's do an unboxing on stream. I bought Anna her... No, you can open it. I got Anna's final Christmas present today because I was finally able to find it. My word. Yeah, she found it, but I had to pay for it. Finally found somewhere that had this in stock. She's about to show you what it is. I don't want to spoil the surprise. But absolutely... She was supposed to have this at Christmas and couldn't because I couldn't find it. Anyway, I should have pre-ordered it with her PlayStation. Didn't know she wanted it until after the PlayStation arrived. And she said, by the way, I also want this thing that goes with it. I'm just going to pause the game for a second. We're going to jump onto this screen. Just show everyone it. We finally managed to find, what is it called? The PlayStation Pulse 3D PS5 wireless headset thing. You're going to open it. You're not going to open it. That's not how you do an unboxing, showing the box. You happy now? Good. We'll go and unbox that, get it charging, and go to bed. You just said you were wide awake, and now you're saying you're very tired. Over here. When you've unboxed them, you should come in wearing them so people can see what they're like. You've lost the dog? Oh, dear. They're bad-mouthing the player that carried Posh 5 minutes in the Champions League, just like on YouTube. I'm not bad-mouthing him. Ricky J. Jones is fantastic. Ricky J. Jones is not an international player. Ricky J. Jones is not a Champions League player. He's a very good Premier League player. This is why so many people struggle in Football Manager when it looks like it's too easy for old Kev. So I don't get attached to these players. I recognise when someone isn't good enough to make the step up. Gomez wasn't. And Jones isn't. Jones will not win the Champions League as a starter. He might as a squad player, but not as a starter. Not a chance. Is that Dave come back? Dave, where are you? Dave? No, he's in here somewhere. There he is. Hanging out with Stone Cold. Cool. Proof that Anna's a spy. Anna is a spy. I mean, we've revealed that ages ago. She is a spy. Is that really our first clean sheet? That can't be our first clean sheet. No, we've done 2 in a row. And one there. And one there. And one. Who thinks that's the first clean sheet? My goodness. How do you say this club? Panteg. Panteg? Is that right? Feels like a colloquial word for testicle. Oh, it got me right in the Pantegs. I could see I might adopt that. That might become part of my terminology. Recently, you've been introduced to Wang Basket. We're now all about the Pantegs. And you just joined the stream. What have I missed? We now call testicles Pantegs. That's the main thing that you've missed. Other than that, we're trying to get promoted and struggling. But we are getting closer all the time. Even if you get a job offer at Peterborough, would you even take it? Like in real life, I wouldn't leave my favourite team, especially since they're doing well. You say that, but I think if it was your job, you'd perhaps feel a little differently. I don't know what my salary is at Posh. Let's say I'm earning £200,000 a year at Posh. If Manchester United come and offer me £3 million a year, you genuinely saying you turn down that kind of pay rise? Because I certainly don't. Kev loves money. I really like money, and I find it very hard to turn down. So I'm definitely... I mean, I don't know what my fingers are doing at the moment. You know, you go where the money is. Why don't I think before I speak? Because if you think before you speak, you don't say enough. You wouldn't love me as much if I thought before I speak. Imagine how boring my content would be if I actually paid attention to what I was saying. The reason you're here is because you never know what's coming out of my mouth. I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. Speaking of which, it's high time Posh reached out to you with a fan package. You've done tons for their online presence. I tag them in it every day as well. Nothing. Given them thousands of pounds over the years. I bought a shirt. I buy one every year. They don't need to know that. I had a season ticket for 25 years. Least they could do is send me a snapback. I've got a KFC one. Sharpie, thank you very much for the sub. spent 3 seasons in Eredivisie, and I've had a transfer budget of a max 3 million. How can I make the next step? Try and get into a major division. Try and get to France or Germany. By any means possible, even if it means theoretically going to a smaller club. I tried reaching out to Dara. No. He scares me a little bit. Oh, here we go. It's this song, boys and girls. I only caught the ending about France and Germany. That was advice for somebody, unless you're the person it was advice for. I'm not going to France and Germany in this save. Right, we're taking trials. We're over our wage budget already. The chances of us being able to sign any of these are next to 0, but we'll trial them. I think we're doing well enough. I don't think we need to be bringing in anyone new. But we'll take in these trials just to see. I'll try qualifying for Europe and doing some smart transfer business. I mean, that would be the slower way to do it. I'd be looking to get out. I'd be more inclined to manage a bottom half Bundesliga team than a Champions League team in the Netherlands. Just because I think you've got more chance of making the big break. Am I touring the UK? Yes. And if so, will England be last? Yes. Well, I should clarify, UK and Ireland. We've got the Irish League loaded as well. We're on a road trip. And we've started in South Wales. So didn't you take a poll into the Champions League? I say it's got... Oh, it's possible. It just takes one. I mean, they didn't say... How do I... I mean, it took us 15 years. If they want to take 15 years, they can. But they're 3 years in and asking how to make the next step. You either continue to make incremental improvements and do it slowly, like I did with Apollon, or you move on. A road trip to Ireland, yes. We're in... By the time we get to Ireland, it'll be like 2024. They'll have built that bridge that there was mention of. Did that ever go any further? I know there was talk of a bridge. We're not planning on winning a title in every country, no. I'm not staying in Wales all the way through to winning the Welsh Premier. I'm not going to win that with LLANELLI, and I'm not planning on managing another Welsh club. We're just managing a club in each country. John, thank you very much for the sub.
Every penny spent.
How long does it usually take you to go from tier 8 to the Prem? No more than 9 or 10 seasons. Sometimes a little bit quicker. We splashed the cash like at Bayern. Yeah, the issue was they don't have the cash to splash. So you get to a club where you can splash the cash. He is playing as... He is. He really is. Why isn't he playing as a deep line playmaker like we agreed? Why are you a moron? Would be my response to that, Nathan. You numbskull. Doing real life, moving the times right, like real life. Yeah, exactly. Do you plan on doing any different content like Civ last year at any point? No. I mean, there'll probably be some FIFA when FIFA 22 comes out. Because that usually comes out when Football Manager's pretty much dead. So there'll be some FIFA again. But I've learned that anytime I venture too far away from Football Manager or FIFA at an absolute push, no one cares. No one watches. What would you say is your favourite, proudest save on FM ever? Probably Apollon. Maybe. Maybe at home the first time round. I don't know. I like them all. The ones I don't enjoy don't last, which means I like most of them because most of them end with a Champions League win. Do I give scout assignments or staff handles that? How do you find so many 5-star potentials? My scouts do it all. Yeah, my scouts do it all for me. Have I tried the new Fire Pro? No, I didn't really like Fire Pro. I don't really get it. I was sent a review copy when it first came out, and I didn't review it because I couldn't get past the tutorial. It was a bit fiddly for me. Will I be doing a Build a Nation save this year? Maybe. Not quite sure what I'm going to be doing after Non-Lethal Legend yet. I've got a few different ideas. We shall see. Am I sitting on any GameStop stock? No. No, I am not. You didn't win the Champions League with Leicester, and you like that. Yeah, I mean, I think if I wasn't so keen to get home up and running, I would have done it every year with Leicester. But, I mean, it seems like an odd reason to plan a YouTube save, but I wanted to get the new home save out in time for the new lockdown starting. Partly because I wanted it to start with a bang and I wanted people at home. But also the puns with the whole stay-at-home thing. That's the reason I was doing home in the first place, for the pun potential. What the hell is this? Why is that a 4-4-2? Why does it do that sometimes? Hideous. Okay, this is our team. These are our boys. This is what we want to be doing. So we kind of had to end Leicester there to get home started while it could have the best chance of succeeding. Seems weird planning content around a lockdown, but it's certainly grown the channel in the last year, having so many people at home during the day. You should play a 3-5-2 or a 5-3-2. I mean, you know I shouldn't, because you know I like to play interesting, exciting football, not boring football. Boring football. Why not play 8 defenders? Play a 2-4-4. I'm more likely to play 2 at the back than 5 at the back. I think that's fair to say. When does Non-Lethal Legend end? When you've won the Prem and the Champions League. Officially, it ends when we win the Champions League. Last couple of years, I've extended it a little bit beyond that, but I don't think I'm going to do that this year because I've got like 3 or 4 more save ideas I'd like to try and get done. I think every year I say I want to do this and then I get too caught up in a save and don't. But from a YouTube perspective, it makes much more sense to do more shorter saves because people are much more likely to watch an episode 1 than an episode 250. I think home's going to be a long save. So Non-Lethal Legend, if we were to win the Champions League in the next 3 or 4 seasons, I'm not against ending the save there and getting on to whatever comes next. And just keep churning it through with new saves. Keeping that new save excitement going. Was that Anna coming in again? You are? I'm not shouting, I'm streaming. I'm streaming though. I'm talking at stream volume. You are? Oh, monitor. I assume you mean baby monitor, not computer monitor. Any teasers for potential saves? I've talked about the one I'm most interested in. I've just not decided if it's a YouTube or a Twitch save yet. But Born in the USA is going to happen. It depends. If I do it just putting Born in the MLS, it'll probably be on Twitch. If I decide to go the whole hog of using a custom database and setting up a proper promotion, relegation, regionalized system in the US, with Born starting from the bottom and almost making it like a Road to Glory, Build a Nation type thing in a United States or even a North American league system that works like the English league system, then that'll probably be a YouTube save just because of the amount of work involved in setting something like that up. That would probably be YouTube. Quite like a short Non-Lethal Legend, just worry about people dropping off. We'll be fine. The views on Home are solid. We're getting more, there's more people watching Home right now than were watching Non-Lethal Legend this time last year. The whole people only watching for Non-Lethal Legend thing seems to be over, which is good. Any chance for around the world journey when trying to win trophies on every continent? Probably not this year, because that would be a big save. We'll see. I mean, I don't rule anything out, but I am conscious that if I go too obscure, it is hard to generate interest in it. Like the Chivas is the one I'll keep going back to. Chivas was a step too far into obscurity. I'd like to see another European adventure in the Apollon vein, but with another country. Eastern Europe would perhaps be fun. Well, I'm thinking if we do Born in the USA on YouTube, it basically takes on that kind of shape, doesn't it? It's just rather than it being in Europe, it's in the US. With the ultimate aim being to win the Club World Cup, I guess. What about the worst Red Bull team? Possible sponsorship opportunities to secure the bag. If I had a soft drink sponsor, I'd want it to be Diet Coke. I'm quite picky about who I work with. I don't just take the cash. I know you see me doing a lot of, certainly if you watch all my content, including the vlog and everything, you probably see me do quite a lot of brand deals. But I turn down 5 times as many as I accept. And I am quite picky. Like NordVPN weren't the first VPN company to approach me about a sponsorship. And I'm not a monster. I'll promote the one I actually use, and NordVPN is the one I use. So that was the only one I was ever going to promote. And I don't drink Red Bull, so I wouldn't promote Red Bull. I do drink a lot of this stuff, so I'd promote them happily. Oh. Given the US system, it'd probably be the best choice overall. And I mean, the other thing about the US is it's my second biggest market. It's a largely untapped market. I've never really done a US save. I know it becomes cynical and marketing-y talking about it like that, but there's a significant percentage of my viewers are in the US. If I do a save in the US, I'm going to grow that market, and that market is a big market for me to get into.
But we got 5 times Kevy for the title, Kevy for the title, na.
Global, thank you very much for the sub. Didn't you do an ear cleaning sponsorship on the vlog once? I did, because that product was incredible. I mean, you watched the sponsorship, right? It was an ear picking thing with a camera on, so I could be on my phone watching myself clean my ears. That thing was brilliant. If you're going to diss me for a vlog sponsorship, the water filter one, I think it was my first ever brand deal before I developed any standards. I got paid $100 to promote a water filter jug, and it was awful. And that was when I decided, yeah, I'm not going to promote trash anymore. That wasn't worth I think $100 after the cut was taken out by all the relevant people. I ended up with like 55 quid in my bank and a water filter I didn't want. So at that point I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit more discerning about what I do from now on. We've got to stop conceding so many goals. If you got offered the England job in Non-League Legend or home, would I take it? I don't know. I don't really enjoy international management. Were the videos released on a US time zone? That's a good question. I'm not really sure. I mean, I don't know. Most Americans don't really like soccer. I mean, yes, but what's the population of the entirety of North America? Let's include Canada in there as well, because it'd be a North American league, not a US league. So the entire population of the continent of North America, if only 1% of those people are interested in football, and the percentage has got to be higher than that, that's still a pretty big market. US is 330 million. So yeah, I think we're probably going to be okay. Even if I've only got a target market of 3, 4, 5 million people, that's a big enough market for me to go after, I think. I remember Anna cleaning your ears out once. What was that all about? It was awesome. It was a great product. Why don't you get Premier League or FA to sponsor me? Because why would they, I guess? Like, I wouldn't release at 4 or 5 a.m. because Although that might work for the US market, that's going to kill the UK market, which is still my biggest market by a mile. It would need to be a time that's convenient for everyone. I mean, what time is it now in the US? I'm in the US and I'm here for US Save. MLS rules are bananas. I'd love to see you wrestle with it. Is there a women's database for Football Manager? I'm not sure. It's 2:30. Multiple time zones. 4:30 on the East Coast. Okay, so it's 4:30 on the East Coast now. I guess it would probably make sense to move to spin off the 11 a.m. UK slot that Home's in and bring back the 7 p.m. slot, maybe. But the only problem there is, of course, that's the time I stream now. I'd figure it out. I mean, let's face it, I get lots of US viewers as it is. Clearly, my release times aren't an issue. And my biggest viewership's still going to be in the UK, so I need to target them more than the US. Maybe 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. Maybe. Although, traditionally, 5 p.m. is the Dr. Ben slot and 4 p.m. is my slot. And we do try not to tread on each other's toes. Need to push back into the evening to account for the population centres on the West Coast. Yeah, but then that pushes into streaming time, and I don't want to be releasing videos while I'm streaming. Current slots are perfect for us. I wake up and can watch your first video of the day while I sit down for work. Second one comes out right before lunch. There you go. See, works fine. I'm in Canada, and your time slots are great. Boom, sorted. A lot of people in America really tune in for the US national team, so I'd focus on that as an end goal. Okay, that's interesting. The time slots work as they are. Boom. There you go then. So we could leave the time slots untouched. I'm in London and your time slots are great. I mean, a lot of thought went into my time slots. These certainly work perfectly for my my lockdown time slots. I'm not sure how the 11 a.m. one will work once everyone's back at work. If we ever go back to everyone being back at work, I suspect a lot of people will probably continue working from home as their employers will realise that they're more productive doing it. But I don't know. Can you do a women's league in FM? I don't think there's a database for it, is there? Oh, that's a beautiful goal. It's another 6-3, folks. This is our second 6-3 away win of the evening. This is absolutely nuts. Really wish my first FM creator I came across wasn't worth the space. I've only been watching since Leicester. I've enjoyed every minute since. Awesome. Jack's lovely. I think Jack's one of the first everybody sees because he's the biggest. So if you type Football Manager into YouTube, you probably do find Jack. He's been doing it forever. Jack's like 50 years old. He just uses a really good moisturizer. Yeah, he's been doing Football Manager content on YouTube since long before I was born. It's pretty impressive, really. $11 a.m. is 6 a.m. on the East Coast. Can't watch it until later in the day. I mean, I'm up at 6 a.m. watching YouTube. That's when I have my morning constitutional. So I'm just catering for the early risers. Jack's great, just not at the showdown. Exactly. There was a women's database last year. Problem is all the new gens are male. Yeah, that is a bit of a problem. You were the first FM YouTuber I came across. Whoa-hey! I mean, those of you who've been around for years will be able to confirm my channel. I wouldn't be a full-time content creator now if it wasn't for Jack, because the reason I got such a head start in YouTube is because Jack gave me a shout out really early on. I'd probably been doing it about 3 months. It's still my most ever subs in a day. Jack used to do a feature on his channel years ago for his Manager of the Month, and I was his first Manager of the Month. And so he did a video where he showcased my content. He did like 15 minutes showing people samples of my content, showing them around my channel. And I got like 2,000 subs in that one day. And at the start of that day, I only had about 1,000 subs. So he trebled my subscriber base in a day. And from then, just never looked back. But he, yeah, without that shout out, like I say, it's still the most subs I've ever had in a day. So it's Jack's fault. When I knock him out of the showdown this weekend, we all need to remind him it's his fault I'm there. He knows it as well. I remind him regularly. It's absolutely his fault. It's him and Ben, because Ben was the first video I watched. When I first toyed with the idea of doing it, I searched for it and found Ben's 1,000 Years in the Future video. So he's the reason I started, because I realised people were doing it. And Jack's the reason I'm able to do it full time. So blame them two. They created a monster. This is all on them. I'm basically the love child of Jack and Ben. You go incognito and search Football Manager. The first 3 videos are yours. Kev knows SEO. Back in the day when you were still an IT teacher, computer science teacher, I'll have you know. IT teachers were those plebs who couldn't program. I was a computer science teacher. When's the best week to have the free week in the showdown? I mean, I don't think it makes any difference tactically. So for me, about halfway through, so I can go and have a wee. That's, you know, as long as I don't want... The only time that's really bad is first or last. I mean, even last is okay. You can just go to bed. I've sat out the first round of matches before though, and it's just so pointless. You just want to get going and you're there not playing your first match until 7:45. So that was a bit rubbish. I hope I don't have the first week off. They should raid me. I rarely stream at the same time as them. I never stream at the same time as Ben, apart from during the showdown, because he streams in the afternoons, I stream in the evenings. And Jack's raided me plenty of times. Better looking than both. Oh yeah, obviously better looking than both. Proper beard, proper glasses. It's not hard to look this good. Neither of them even wear a tie. They should make an effort. How's the diet going? Still going good? Still following it to the letter? All going good. Do I have any old Championship Manager games? All of them. A lot of them are on disc, so I don't actually own a computer that has a disc tray. Either floppy disk. I've got some on floppy disk, some on CD. I don't have any kind of disk drives on any of my PCs. So I think the oldest that I would have on Steam. Hold on, let's pause this. So I have done bits on YouTube on some of the older games. I just jump onto Steam. So the oldest I would... How do you do the bit where... So the oldest I've got on Steam is 2009. That's mad. I've played more hours on FM21 already than I played on FM09. That is nuts. You can tell I've been giving it a bit of welly this year. Biggest dark horse for the showdown. Foxy. Because everyone's expecting him to get battered again. How was my Huel today? Today is my least enjoyable Huel. I had the tomato and herb flavour today, and I'm not a fan of it. I've already taken that out of next month's order. But Huel's brilliant. It fills me up. And most days it's nice. It's just the ones that aren't very spicy are a little bit... How much free time do you get, Kev? Seems all this YouTube stuff is very time consuming. Yeah, not much. But then, as they say, if you love your job, you never work a day in your life. So you gotta take it in context. You're asking how much free time I get. Very little. But my work time is sat playing my favourite computer game and messing around in front of a camera. So it's not like I need a break from that very often. It's fun. It was what I was doing for a hobby when I had a real job. So I'm just getting to do my hobby all the time now. It's great. But like today, got up at 6, took Anna to work at 7, was at my desk for 8. I had a load of editing to do today. I didn't actually record any videos today. I just spent all morning editing. I had like 4 videos stacked up, including a transfer special for home. So a lot of editing to do this morning. And then the OpenReach guy came. I spent the afternoon doing my Streamer Showdown prep. And about 4 o'clock, I took my break for the day, went to get Anna, went for a bit of a walk, just got out of the office for a bit, and then I was back in here for 7 o'clock for the stream, finish at 10, and then go and read a comic or two, and be asleep by 11, and rinse and repeat tomorrow. So on a typical day, I don't really get much in the way of total free time, but like I say, the time I'm loving every minute of what I'm doing. If I wasn't enjoying it, I'd do something else. I like the madras and chili. The Thai curry is horrible. I don't mind the Thai curry. It's a little bit sweet, and you can really taste the rice in the Thai curry one. It's my least favourite of the spicier ones. Anna's become a hooligan as well now, so she's ordered the that's what they're called. She ordered the korma and the sweet and sour, so I'll try and get a little nibble on those to see what they're like. She probably won't let me because she's a monster. But I've amended my order for next month. I'm just getting madras and chili because I think they're both really, really good. I really like them. Will I try the drinks next month? Probably not, because I'm still doing intermittent fasting, and I feel like if I was going to do the Huel drinks, I'd probably have a drink for breakfast, one of the hot and savouries for lunch, and then normal meal for dinner. But because I'm not having breakfast, I don't really know where I fit a drink into what I'm doing. One of my rules, although I'm not doing a diet as such, one of my rules is not to drink any of my calories. So adding in a meal replacement drink just seems pretty counterproductive, but I'm trying not to drink calories. After the draft tomorrow, am I going to do some more of this save? It depends what time we finish. Maybe. Depends what time we finish. What I might do is, because I'm planning on putting a YouTube video up, kind of introducing my squad and doing a bit of promotion for the showdown. So I might do that live on stream, like record the video. So we can go through it. I don't know. Maybe I won't. I'm not sure how well I'd do it recording a video on stream. I like to chat with you lot too much, and that would come across really badly on YouTube. Scrap that idea. We'll probably do some of this, and I'll make that video Friday morning. I do a drink for breakfast, hot and savoury for lunch, and whatever the wife cooks for tea. Yeah, I don't know. I think having something like that is more likely to make me hungry for the rest of the morning. I'm finding by not eating in the morning, I'm not hungry in the morning. Whereas when I used to have, it's weird, when I had breakfast, I would get hungry around 10:30, 11 o'clock. But now I'm not eating until 12. I could eat when I get up in the morning, but I'm not hungry. I get hungry around 12. So it's pretty perfect the way I'm doing it at the moment, I think. Tea or dinner, what do I say? A little bit of both, because I grew up saying dinner and Anna says tea. So me and Anna have been together like 9 years now. So, and either can come out of my mouth. Maybe you could do a combined county save at some point. That seems to be a challenge. Explain what you mean by that. Is that a league? And if so, what tier is it? It sounds like it could be quite similar to what I'm doing with home. I tend to just sip it slowly while working. It takes about an hour to drink. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I get to the point where I'm struggling with intermittent fasting, maybe I'll do that. But at the moment, all that's going to do is, because I'm having those calories then, that's calories I can't have at lunch. So I'm then going to have a smaller lunch. I'm really enjoying... I've got my 2,000-ish calories a day. I'm really enjoying just having half at lunch, half at dinner. So 2 big meals, and that's all I'm eating. There's no snacking at all. No breakfast, just 2 big meals. And I'm enjoying being able to eat a relatively big meal. Like if I want to have a KFC on Saturday, because it's the showdown, I can have a KFC as long as I stick to 1,000 calories. There's got to be a way to put a KFC meal together that's 1,000 calories. Like a Big Mac meal at McDonald's is only like 800. There's got to be a way to do it for less than 1,000 calories. So I can just fit that in without having to change anything else. Whereas if I was spreading my calories out more over the day, then it starts to become trickier to do. And I'm going to get hungrier. And then if I get hungry, I'm going to snack. And I've got it nicely balanced at the moment. Am I going to win the Champions League with LLANELLI? No. No, I am not. Win this game and we're going up. I'm saying it now. I think that's a big if. We're pumping the fists. We shall see. When there's a big gap between us and them. KFC have a deal on a vegan burger for Veganuary. Good. Might have. I don't think I'm going to have a KFC because, like I said, they don't deliver here. I can't be bothered to go out and fetch one. Anna finishes work at 4:30 on Saturday. So getting her home and then getting back out to KFC, which is in the opposite direction, it feels like a lot of faffing about. You go too low on calories, your body basically gets confused. Yeah, I mean, to a point. What I'm doing at the moment is working, so I'm not going to fiddle with it at the moment. It's working nicely. Would I consider doing a save in Germany or Italy? Try and take down Bayern or Juve? Potentially, yeah. The combined counties league, I think it's maybe tier 10 or higher, just one below the Isthmian League. Yeah, I don't see how that's massively different from what we were doing with Isle of Man and what we're doing with home. So it's probably a little bit too samey. Oh, now that second goal, that's a difference maker. Oh, boys and girls. This is the top of the table clash. For those of you who are not paying attention. How dare you? This is our top of the table clash. This is huge because we're 2-0 up. This brings the gap down to 3 points. And we've got a massively superior goal difference. That game in hand they had over us is gone. We've just got to make sure we don't do our typical letting in 2 goals in the last 10 minutes that we've been doing recently. Oh, we've won a penalty. This is massive. This is massive. No need to fix what's not broken. Just stick to a calorie deficit. You'll get results. Yeah, exactly. If I go a couple of weeks where I'm not losing any weight, then I'll tweak something. But at the moment, I'm so overweight that pretty much anything that puts me into any kind of deficit for any extended period of time is going to work at the moment. I don't really have to finesse this. I can take a brute force approach at the moment. And then eventually I'll hit a wall where it stops working and I'll have to tweak things and try things a little bit differently. I've lost weight before, you know. 6 or 7 years ago, I was like 16 stone. Now I'm 24 stone. But I've been this heavy before. So I've got down there in the past and I didn't all pile back on. It's taken like those 6 years or so for it to creep back on slowly. I didn't crash diet and then pile it all back on. I lost weight relatively sensibly. It was all through meal prep. Meal planning at the time was how I did it. It was after I got divorced. I was living on my own and it was so easy because I could just bulk cook all my meals and everything was meal prepped and I didn't have to think about it. And I did it for like the year and a half I was living on my own and the weight just fell off. And then gradually bad habits creeped back in a little bit at a time and I wasn't really that bothered. So the weight came back on. But I know I can lose weight. And I know it's not particularly fancy. What would you do if I gifted 100 subs? I'd say thank you very much and tell everyone to get their nuts out. If you manage in Italy, you must manage Lazio. Good idea. How long have I been on the diet? Just this month so far. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change. I'm not dieting. I'm just monitoring what I'm eating. Just drop 200 calories when the weight starts dropping. I actually think I'd probably be more likely to add some calories on because I am on a big deficit at the moment. If I hit a brick wall, I'll probably just have a week of eating maybe an extra 600 calories a day to what I am now, just to reset myself a little bit and then go again. That would be my instinct rather than dropping even more. Would you lose weight but also try to bulk out as well? I mean, I like the gym. I do enjoy the gym. I don't necessarily need to bulk out massively. I am bulky. There's a lot of me, you know. I'm built like a rugby player because I was a rugby player. That's why people always say what they think is a compliment or helpful, but it's like the worst thing you can say to someone like me who's not that bothered to begin with. People always say, Kev, you don't look anywhere near the weight you are. Kev, there's no way you're 24 stone. You don't look that fat. You look good for it. You carry it well, all that kind of stuff. Because there's a lot of me. I'm tall. I'm wide. I'm built like a built thing. I don't look 24 stone. And that makes me think, oh, I'm not bothered that I am. I rarely weigh myself. Apart from now when I'm forcing myself to do it every week. So I think just getting back in the gym will naturally bulk me in the right places. But the priority is just get the fat off. Get the fat off quick. How tall am I? 6'2". So I'm 6'2", 24 stone. For our American friends, that's like 330 pounds. So 6'2", 330 pounds. And I mean, yeah, I've got a gut on me, but I don't think I look that weight. And, you know, you compare me to someone else who's 330 pounds, as long as they're not a bodybuilder. I think I do carry it quite well, but I need to get rid of it. I lost it. I'm down 8 pounds as of last Friday this year. So this is the third week doing it. I've lost 4 pounds a week so far. I don't expect to carry on losing it at 4 pounds a week. If I settle in at about 2 pounds a week long term, I'm pretty happy. Just bumming along to the music again. First game as a Pollen manager. Good luck, Charlie. As a relative newcomer, I've watched a lot of the back catalogue during lockdown. I think you look healthier, if anything. What, healthier now or then? I feel better than I did a year ago. I think that 3 or 4 months of being vegan really... I felt incredible doing that. There will come a time where I go full vegan again because I hadn't felt that good in years. It just wasn't practical to cook 3 different meals every evening. I need to find a solution to that. I was cooking for me, cooking for Andy, cooking for Anna, and it just wasn't working. But I do feel healthier than I have in a long time. I'm just also heavier than I have been in a long time. And although maybe my innards are a little bit healthier than my blood pressure is the lowest it's been in years. My resting heart rate is below 60 for the first time in years. But my knees are wrecked. My back is wrecked. I'm carrying too much weight around. My joints can't cope with how heavy I am. So I've just got to get that done. I have an idea when you do a tournament where all the counties in the UK play each other in a knockout type tournament. Each county can only use players born in that county. That would be interesting, but I think it would be very weighted towards London, like Liverpool. Is Liverpool a county? What county is Liverpool? Is Merseyside a county? You get a lot of players from Liverpool, a lot from Manchester, a lot from London, don't you? And then the odd few from other places. Buy a freezer and fill it full of curries. Problem is, we've got a massive American-style freezer. Massive. If you've seen the vlogs, you've seen how big our fridge and freezer are in our kitchen. They're ridiculously oversized. But that freezer's full of Andy's fish fingers and waffles. It is full. You need to just start walking every night. I know, but at the same time, I'm really busy with work at the moment. So I know it's a bit of an excuse. But I have walked every day for the last week or so. But sometimes if Anna's finishing work at 5:30 and then I'm going to pick her up and we're getting back at 6 and then we've got to eat dinner and then I've got to stream at 7, there's not really time for a walk in there. I could stream later. I could go 8 till 11, but then I'm not getting to bed until midnight and still getting up at 6. And then the lack of sleep is making me not want to do stuff. It's just finding the balance on it all. Late night 11 p.m. walks. I mean, it's an option. A weird option, I think. I'm thinking of trying to get up and have a walk before I start my day proper. A friend of mine has been doing it for a couple of months and it's worked for him, both physical and mental side of life. again, it's not a bad shout, but I already get up at 6 a.m. to get out. Most days we're out of the house at like 7:10 to get Anna to work. By the time I've got up and have my morning dump, I know I've not got a fit breakfast in anymore, but for me to have my 3 S's, and bearing in mind I don't shave, so my 2 S's, it's about an hour. If you've seen my morning routine video, I'm such a girl. I have a lot of stupid products that I apply to myself to keep looking this pretty. I'd have to moisturize less if I went out for a walk. What I need is for lockdown to end, the gyms to open, Andy to go back to school, and then I can get back to walking Dave every day. I can get into the gym every day, and then exercise isn't a problem then, because it just all fits into the day comfortably. It's why I bought this under the desk pedaling thing. It's at least I do that every day at the moment, or I haven't the last couple of days because I've hurt my knee. But that's at least given me some way to move during the day. I keep threatening to start Ring Fit on the Switch. I haven't. Also, technically, Andy's care on top of the work. Yeah, exactly. I'm busy at the moment. What moisturizer do I use? At the moment, I'm using what are they called? They make shower gels and stuff. I mean, that narrows it down, doesn't it? I know they're vegan. What are they called? Man something. Moisturizer. Man Cave. Thank you. Yeah, I'm using Man Cave stuff at the moment. I got an absolute ton of Man Cave stuff for Christmas. Loads of shower gels, moisturizers, face washes, exfoliators, you name it, I've got it. It all smells incredible. In fact, I liked it so much, I ran out of the hair paste, so I just bought myself a new pot from Amazon that arrived today. I need to get that up into the bathroom. That's why I'm a little bit floppy today, because I only had half a portion of hair paste left, but this stuff just smells. Oh, it smells so good. Man Cave stuff is amazing. That's another company that I'd love to work with. You wouldn't find me promoting a rival moisturiser now. They're my boys. Man Cave. They should pay me for that spot. Someone get them on the phone. Yes, this is a stream-only save, yeah. Good job that came today. Couldn't have Kev Floppy for the showdown. Exactly. Wingman, yes, we are sponsored by NordVPN. You want to find out more? Exclamation mark NordVPN in the chat. And you'll get a link to go over to their website where you too can save yourself an enormous amount of money on a 2-year plan and get a month for free. Hashtag ad. Right, this is our last match of the stream, folks. It's us against the team we could have managed. We had a choice between Llanelli and Port Talbot. We went to Llanelli because we wanted to learn to say it. That hasn't gone well. However, we could end up top of the league by the end of the stream if we win this match and Welsh Celtic lose. That's not a good start. Do we not have a right back? What nonsense is this that we don't have a right back on the bench? Ridiculous. Is it any good? What, NordVPN? It's the best VPN. It's the one I use, which is why it's the one I'm promoting. I tried loads of VPNs earlier in... Well, not earlier in the year, towards the end of last year. It was... I'll tell you why I was trying them. Because I was trying to watch Frozen 2 on Disney Plus. Because Andy wanted to watch Frozen 2. And it was before it released on Disney Plus in the UK, but it was out in America. So it's probably going back like 6 months. I tried loads of VPNs. And the only one that I could get to actually work and do what I wanted to do consistently was Nord. So at that point, they were the company that we reached out to. We first reached out to them in like October to try and get a brand deal up and running. They sponsored the vlog last week. They're now sponsoring the stream for the next month. And hopefully it's going to be the start of a beautiful relationship with them, similar to the one that we have with Skillshare. Do I use a VPN? Yes, I do. Because I'm trying to catch up on the Arrowverse. I'm not doing very well. I don't have time to watch very much TV. But all of the CW DC shows, the Arrow stuff, None of that's on UK Netflix. It's all on US Netflix. So I can just switch over to the US and watch that stuff. It's really cool. Plus, I like normally, not at the moment, but normally I do a lot of traveling. So using hotel Wi-Fi, train Wi-Fi, you never know how secure it is. By using a VPN, you kind of don't have to worry about that because everything you're doing is protected. It's sorted. So yeah, get yourself a VPN. You should have a VPN. If you don't have a VPN, you should get a VPN, even if it's not the one I'm promoting. I think this one's the best one, but if you want to go for a cheaper one to see what they're like, or if you think there's a better option, fill your boots. VPNs are great. You should have one. It just protects your privacy. Where are we in the league? We're second at the moment, trying to go top. This is our second season, our first full season. Does this mean Mrs. Wearmouth is giving you extra transfer budget from these sponsorships? I hope so. Did you check back on Kettering in the latest non-lethal legend video I recorded? I don't think I've recorded one since you asked, or since I was asked. I haven't recorded one since Monday. I've been busy. How are VPNs legal? Companies like Netflix are fuming. Because they're providing an important service. I mean, their official primary purpose is to protect your privacy. They do that by giving you a unique IP that you can put anywhere in the world. A side effect of that is that you can get around the geolocking on stuff like Netflix, but that's not the primary purpose. That's not the official reason for having one. It's just a happy side effect of being able to have one. Oh, we're doing fancy bumming. Oh, that's a lovely header. There you go, as Dave. That fella, as they say, no lie, Nord is the best. Agreed. Game Licks North, NordVPN ordered. Thanks, Kev. Thank you for ordering through my link. You won't regret having a VPN. Boom, 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 boom. Right, come on, boys. Oh, that's a big miss. What's going on in the Welsh Celtic game? They're drawing. So as it stands right now, we're 1 point behind them. Come on, we need a goal from their opponents in that game because we're going to win this one. We are going up, boys and girls. We've got like a third of the season left that we'll take care of. A little bit at the end of tomorrow's showdown stream, I guess, and then realistically probably next week. We've got the showdown coming up. You should get Nord. You can watch any country's Netflix so you never get bored. Exactly. I mean, is that deliberately rhyming? That should be their slogan. If it's not their, it might be their slogan. I might not have read the full pack they sent me yet. Maybe. If they're watching, I read it all and I loved it. It was a great pack. Barry Island in my league? I don't think so. Should they be? Right, come on, I think we are going to finish the stream second, but in a very strong position. It's a 2-horse race, and we are one of those 2 horses. So, that's a good thing, I guess. McSporran has a birthday to forget. Well, I'm sorry, McSporran, to ruin your birthday. I feel a bit bad now. I spoiled the man's birthday. We've won 5 in a row. Ooh, maybe we shouldn't be ending the stream. We've got to, because I need to go to bed, because like I was saying before, I've got to get up at 6. But, oh, it's a bad time. Swansea Uni have fallen off a cliff. Charlie Ridge, switching him to the advanced forward like we did, has made a big difference with him. He's the guy who's on loan from Accrington. 20 goals in 18 appearances now. He's all right, isn't he? He is all right. Right, folks. We're going to raid someone now. Remember, tomorrow night it is Streamer Showdown draft time. So make sure you're in bright and early for a 7 p.m. start where we're going to be doing the Streamer Showdown draft. Make sure you're also following the FM Streamer Showdown Twitch account because you can watch the lowdown over there. You can see the draft from all perspectives. But for now, I have a task for you. That task is to go and tell Clates he doesn't stand a chance in the Streamer Showdown tomorrow. Tell him Kev's coming for him. Kevy 5 times. It's going to happen. And Clates is utterly powerless to stop it. See you tomorrow night for the Showdown, boys and girls. Where's the thing? There it is.
Loads of raids tonight. It's a good one as well. Kevy 5 times. I mean, I shouldn't be saying that. Kevy 4 times, and it's gonna stay. No, I won't annoy everybody as soon as they join. But hey, Kev, welcome in. Kelvin, how are you doing? Raiders, welcome in. We're doing our Hereford save. I think you've been here before, actually, on one of these Wednesday nights.